Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Changeling the Lost in Grove or Green, Episode 5. I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films, and I'll turn you over to our storyteller, not game master, for the evening, Jack.
All right, and John's opening narration is echoing through somebody's speakers. That's
I don't
very
know.
weird.
Is it? It appears to be echoing through either yours or Jeremy's, because those are the only two making noise right now.
Okay, nope, I think it's fixed. Maybe it was mine. Anyway, I'm Jack. I'm your storyteller for In Grove or Green, and I will introduce you to our various players and characters for the evening, starting with Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I am playing Lys, the Wizened Oracle.
And William.
I'm William, and I am playing Phage, the Ogre Gristle Grinder.
Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm playing the Ferris Flowered Dancer Gale.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Lark, the Beast Windwing.
Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Adele, Dirkling Gravewhite.
And Raphael.
Hi, I'm Raphael. I'm playing Neofly, the Darkling Night Singer.
And wrapping it back to John.
John, and I'm playing Nero, the Elemental Fireheart.
And we are once again coming back to Baltimore, where somewhere in the city, a radio once again crackles to life. Once more into the breach, dear friends, and DJ Utzel is here to guide you safely along. Safety is key, isn't it? Most of us, even the happiest spring or the angriest summer, live day to day in abject terror of the idea that the keepers are still out there. Even so, fear doesn't always accomplish much, and security is worth more than its weight. Hollows are helpful, contracts are potent, but for my money, you newcomers should try and find yourselves some new friends and stranger companies. And the group of you are standing out on the pavement as sunset begins to lower the angle of the incoming rays, where Adele is looking a little pensive at this point, having just brought up the concept of pledges, alliances, and similar social dynamics.
Yup.
So, if you could walk us through this, as I light up a cigarette and wait. Just looking at it all.
I was actually working on writing something that. Okay. I didn't get remotely done, so screw that. So yeah, she will. Once everything's been sort of explained and everybody's settled on something. Sorry, where are we exactly at this point?
You guys are currently outside on the pavement, I believe, still of the parking lot outside Fort McHenry, having just left the summer court hollow and spoken to War Dancer and gotten the information on somebody named Kalanag that you're supposedly engaged to recruit, or at least set up a recruitment meeting.
Okay. So yeah, Adele, perhaps this can be done in a little bit more private of a location. It's not.
I mean, what are
Is there anything
options?
else? All right. Is there anything else that's particularly pressing? Siri, damn it, Siri, I'm not talking to you.
We can do it now. It's a very personal thing, and perhaps not directly outside the court. The summer people's.
Sure.
Okay, so we just go walking, because otherwise we go back to someone else's house.
We can go to a house.
Are there any? Are there any like homes near the park, like within walking distance, like view of the park?
like residential areas
Yeah.
close to. You could probably find something fairly residentially looking.
I just sort of look around and then I fish that key out of my vest. If we need privacy, I think we can probably find something. Holding up the key and just sort of twirling it in his fingers.
That's an option. Yes, that will work quite nicely.
Let's go find an empty house.
All right.
Okay. So you guys get in your vehicles, drive down Fort Avenue, and roll me a D10, John.
All right. That's a 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I need to roll another one?
No. And you just direct Adele to take a right turn down Decatur Street. And there's a number of row houses there with street parking in front of them.
And any that currently have nobody parked?
There's a couple open spaces.
I'll just indicate one of the open spaces.
Okay. Yeah, she'll pull into the spot.
Okay. And what does Nero then do?
I'll get out, walk up
Okay.
to the door. I'll roll a weird and see if that works, because I have no glamour to spend.
Okay. Roll a single D10 and hope that it comes up 8 or higher.
You have to. That's not a single D10. 2. Nope.
Uh-oh.
So then I will spin the key around my finger 3 times, or sorry, spin
Okay.
the bow on the key around my finger 3 times
Mm-hmm.
in my left hand.
Okay.
Taking 1 point of lethal damage as I do.
So you, Adele, as you're watching him, he slips the key over his finger like it's a ring, and just lets it rotate 3 times, and there's just a gout of blood that runs down the back of his hand and over his palm. And Nero just sort of grits his teeth and pulls the key back off his finger.
And then I'll stick
Is-
it in the door and unlock.
Is
Okay.
the owner of a token the only one who's able to use it?
Yes.
As far as I know.
Click, click, and open the door.
Now the owner of a token is the same as the owner of anything else, and if you take it from them, you're now the owner. So
Just to be sure, we're certain nobody's here.
If his lock works, then yes.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Drifts on in.
Okay. Give me a wits
Soak roll.
and composure roll. Give me a soak roll. Yes, as the crossbow that was laid behind the door shoots into the neck of the first person through. Do you think this is a vampire game?
Everyone or what?
Just the people who are walking into the building at this
Okay.
point.
Wits and composure?
Wits and composure.
Sure.
I was just wondering if he could have possibly handed the key to someone else who had glamour to use it rather than
2
injuring
successes.
himself.
Yeah, he could have.
This is.
What makes you
I thought
think?
so.
What makes you think Nero would do that, though?
Why is it not showing? That's weird.
So as you guys walk in, there's smell of mothballs and some level of pine sol. The house seems to be empty, at least initially from your first impression of the interior. It's a fairly standard decor, though. The little foyer, stairs to the left-hand side, hall leading backward to what looks like living areas, kitchen, that sort of thing.
Does it look like things got left here? Like
There's some shoes by the door.
Okay.
There's a coat closet that's slightly ajar, and you can see there's things in there. I mean, this is definitely a house that someone lives in. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to Adele's going to drift through looking for some things that she'll be using. Candles. She'll probably have to go back to her car to get incense, but
Give me a wits and investigation.
okay.
And out of habit, I'm just going to clear the house. Just walk through, make sure there's not actually anybody here.
You give me a wits and investigation as well, then.
Can I assist him in that?
Sure.
One success.
All right. Yeah, you're able to find
One
candles,
success.
matches, that sort of thing. The
Wonderful.
basic stuff that you'd probably find in a house. There isn't any incense that you can find, although you do find a couple of air fresheners.
I mean, I imagine I probably keep that in my car just because it's wonderfully creepy.
One success.
Neofly, as you're looking through the house, you
Also
see a
one
couple
success on
family.
me.
You see a couple family photos.
Mhm.
Looks like there's at least gauging by the photographs, there's either a family of 4 that lives here, or at least the parents of what was a family of 4. If some of the older children may or may not have moved out, it's kind of difficult to tell age based on what's what.
Okay.
But it seems to be empty for now.
I also
Alright.
I also got one success. I'm assuming it's
Yeah,
the same
you
thing.
would find the same results. Yep.
No one here. Just want to make sure nobody was like asleep in the basement or whatever.
Yeah.
If this place has a basement.
Doesn't have a basement.
So yeah,
So yeah, when she got what she needs, she'll find like the living room somewhere that has a big enough open area.
Living room or
And-
kitchen would probably be
okay.
your 2 options. Yep.
Start setting up like a whole entirely unnecessary, but the necessity is not the point. Thing with candles and incense and
Okay. Great. So
ritual
yeah,
is important.
you're able to
Gil
set
will
everything
just
up.
sort of watch from probably the side of the room. If there's
Is anybody
like
not in the house right now?
No. Men.
Okay.
I look around for like band-aids or something to like put on my finger.
Do you,
If there's
do you
any-
need
Yeah, you're able to-
Band-Aids? 'Cause
You're able to find some basic first aid equipment in one of the bathrooms.
do they know that we've taken things when we leave the house and take the key out, or however this works?
I mean, depends on what you take, but probably.
Oh, okay.
So don't
We're all
like
touching things.
don't like steal their valuables, and you'll be fine.
Okay. I'm looking around at stuff because this is fascinating to me.
Okay. Yeah, no, for all you know, for all the rest of you know, Nero pretty much just broke into a house.
Yeah, this is
That's-
weird.
Yeah.
Mm,
And his hand, so some of you have noticed that his hand is bleeding for some reason, but
Mhm.
you don't know why.
putting band-aids on.
Okay.
What?
It's a little bigger than a Band-Aid cut. You definitely need to break out the gauze and medical tape, but
Wrap
you
your
managed to give me a wits and medicine.
finger. So 1 die. Have to make a roll to wrap my finger.
Yep. Not to wrap your finger. I just need to see how well you wrap your finger.
0 successes.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's wrapped. It's slippery, but it's wrapped.
You did that wrong.
I mean,
It's a wander past.
I probably did. Yes, I'm not a doctor.
You have to put the tape this way.
Well, here, you do it.
Fine.
That's
What?
Who do we?
It's
who
in
do we
medicine.
lose?
All right, wits and medicine.
Aaron.
Lost Aaron. Okay.
Yeah, we lost Aaron. So why are we in here? I'm really confused about this entire thing.
Because
We're going to be doing our pledge.
Adele wanted privacy.
But how are we in here?
I have
How?
I have a key that unlocks any lock.
Oh,
We
Okay.
gained access.
but all right.
We
I think this makes us some sort 3 successes. I think this makes us some sort of criminal.
We're. I mean,
Technically,
Not-
we're all prison
Right?
escapees, dear.
technically we're.
Yeah.
Technically, it does not make us criminals because I had a key.
Mm,
We didn't break in.
We didn't. We had
And
a way
we were
in.
not specifically banned from entering.
Exactly.
That's usually what the locked front door is.
Yeah, but we had access to unlock it. You don't
With
arrest
Not their key.
you don't arrest family members for unlocking the door to your house.
But we're not family members. I don't recognize any of those people in the picture.
That is just a
I look at the
a
pictures.
circumstance.
So, Liz, you douse the gauze with a little bit of disinfectant, wrap it around, and tape it in a way that he can still slightly move his hand without popping the adhesive completely off.
Okay.
It's a little more securely bandaged at this point. All right, and Adele is setting up for some level of ceremony.
Yes. Strong smell of dragon's blood and sandalwood incense specifically.
Mm-hmm.
5 candles at traditional points. Big enough so that everybody can be inside.
North, south, east, west.
Dragon,
and other.
because this is World of Darkness, I need to specify: dragon's blood, the wood, or dragon's blood, dragon's blood.
I haven't spent merit points on actual dragon's blood, so
That's something you'd need to go into the hedge for.
yeah.
Just for clarification.
I mean, you never know.
Never.
But anyway,
Anyways, so yes, so if everybody could take a spot.
I take
Okay.
a spot.
I do too. And then Neo is going to be like, do we need to hold hands for this?
Yes, you
Okay.
read my mind. That was the next thing I was about to say.
Alright.
Hold hands.
Hands holding.
Holding hands.
Flip my pen.
Now Adele knows how we all have to say it.
you all have to agree
Or
to it.
agree
You
to
can
it. Okay.
right. You can have sort of an MC
Okay.
slight dynamic.
Okay. So yes, give your intent and will towards this. Everybody, one last chance. Everybody is in agreement.
Yes.
We don't know what we're agreeing to yet. What is?
I-
Don't you have to say the?
Well, yes, I'm assuming everything that we talked about
Previously
out of
discussed.
character
Okay,
has already
yes.
been
Sweet.
discussed in character
Sweet,
and
okay.
agreed
Mhm.
upon.
Yeah. You guys had your
skipping
sort
that
of
part.
negotiative
Yep.
Yes.
discussion. in
Hey
the
guys,
first one.
here's like half an hour of math. That here.
We just took that and went
Fascinating.
sidestep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For your convenience. Anyway, I agree.
So yes, and then she closes her eyes, and starts to recite. Sorry, go ahead.
I close my eyes too when you do, because
Okay.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what's going on, but that seems to be what we're doing. So
Yeah, I kind of just closed my eyes, kind of like.
Probably don't.
I don't either.
Cool. Oh, and she makes sure that the light is off. That's important to her.
Okay.
And okay. Starts to speak. Cloaked by the night, the shadows bind us. In darkness, there is no need to fight, and our secrets hide together. Our oath is thus trust, assistance, and reliance. As the moon cycles, 7 become one in mind and intent. Should the vow break, the night shall take what it has given.
And there's a flicker. There's no movement of air, but the candle flames waver for just a moment. And then one by one in sequence, starting with the one to Adele's left, snuff out in sequence until the room is pretty much completely dark, with the exception of some of the late sunlight that's managing to sneak through a couple of the Venetian blinds. Everybody needs to spend a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower.
Willpower.
Spent
Right.
my last one.
Spent.
And you guys now have an enacted pledge that's going to be giving you 2 dots of resources and a dot in empathy. Adele, you know that it is generally protocol. It's not like magically an ingredient of the pledge, but given the nature of this binding commitment that you guys made, even for a short term, you guys are now a motley, a group of allied changelings, basically. It's halfway between a family and a street gang. And generally they have names. So that might be something for the group to discuss at some point. But as things sit now, the weird has bound you together.
Opens her eyes. So, that's done. What shall we call ourselves now?
The Magnificent Seven.
No.
I like the cinematic references.
We have to call ourselves something.
I mean, it is the norm.
Plus it's pretty cool.
So it's like a club name.
Of sorts. It's a way to. So since we are now essentially a unit, if other changelings want to make reference to us, and if we want to establish some sort of a cachet with others, they don't want to say that group of 7 people who are a couple of darklings and so on and so on, and that gets unwieldy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know of a few other motleys in the city, Adele. Like Haunted Waters is the one that they have already made a pledge with currently. You know that there's a group from the north called Druid's Run. There's the Miss Mercs, who kind of, you don't know exactly where they live.
Suggestions?
If any of you can think of anything, I don't really have a name for this group of shits.
Out of character, absolutely not. 100% no.
We are not doing that.
You're not co-opting that off of the Critical Role.
No, I didn't intend to. I just made the reference. I know.
The Unlikely. Because there's usually not big groups like this.
We are a bit odd.
We all came together.
I like that one.
Besides Adele.
And we've got just about every flavor under the sun.
That is true.
The Irregulars, yeah.
I feel like the Unlikely has a nice tone to it. I could go with that.
I think it suits us.
Motley the Unlikely.
Or the Unlikely Motley.
I'm not so sure about including them. That sort of puts it a little too on the nose, but unlikely. That has flair.
Unlikely.
The Unlikely. I like that.
Yes.
Well, I guess that seems as fine a name as any.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. I have ham-fistedly shoehorned you all into a motley. Congratulations.
Yes.
All right. So, you've got a little bit
That's
of
done.
a collective identity. Carry on with your gate-crashing lodging, I suppose.
We should probably get out of here.
Just a quick thought, Amir. You may want to carve out a bit of the carpet. I think you bled on it, and that is DNA. And
Yeah.
that's when she drifts her way out of the house.
That's usually how they do it, yeah. CSI shows.
I mean, I guess.
Whether he does so is up to
I
him.
mean,
He's
do we have
just-
fingerprints even?
Did I actually
Phage has touched nothing.
Give me
since
an
he entered the
intelligence
house.
and science roll.
did
Liz.
I actually
Okay.
bleed on the carpet? I feel like once my finger was cut, I was probably holding it.
Give me a wits and investigation then for Nero.
I can do that.
Blood is a liquid. It's hard to hold it in one spot.
+1 for the wits and investigation, by the way.
It is.
Oh,
wit-
then I'll. Oh no, that was wits. I got 1 success.
Yeah, you definitely have fingerprints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
5 successes.
As you glance around, you haven't bled on the carpet so much, but you do know that there is at least one disposed bandage and possibly some remnants of blood in the bathroom. You'd also want to check the doorknobs and anything you may have touched on your way from key to bandage.
Yeah, I'll go check those areas and make sure that they're clean.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Phage has touched literal nothing since she walked in at the door, so she's just
I mean,
gonna walk.
and
back
as I
out.
go, you don't have to worry about leaving fingerprints unless somebody murders someone in this house.
Well, I know, but there's
I
still.
feel like the incense.
We do
does
have fingerprints
indicate
now.
a break-in,
And
and
the incense-
Gail will sort of head on
Oh.
out.
Oh yes, I should get that.
The incense indicates a smell. It'll be gone by the time anyone comes back.
And
He
Liz
comes
is
in and
gonna take
collects
a
the
risk.
candles and all
'Cause-
of the implements.
Okay.
presumably I have some knowledge of
So
how my
technically, we have
contracts work.
committed a crime. We have stolen candles.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. We came in
I
and
mean,
stole candles and magic.
expended candles, more like, but yes.
There are photographs of people, and happy families, stuff like that.
Best you can tell.
Yeah.
Moderately
I
okay
want
family.
to take some photographs, and I am trying to be as stealthy as possible because.
Give me a
So I
dexterity
get a-
and larceny.
Okay,
If I'm
cool.
sort of watching everyone else's leaving, do I get roll against that or no?
If you want to see if you notice, yeah, give me a wits and composure.
And
Cool.
I am going to use a willpower on that.
Well,
So-
it's not gonna matter, but
Oh.
I'm gonna make a roll.
Already undermining the motley.
Yeah.
Very first roll.
Doing
Liz-
something that's important to her is not necessarily undermining the motley.
Making
So
a
plus
joke.
3. That's 5 successes.
Jesus
So
2 successes, nope.
So you very gingerly extract a couple pictures from frames.
mhm.
Gail, you notice that she's slipping something into a pocket, but you don't know exactly what it is.
Gail will just say to the room, probably like generally in Lark's direction, because she doesn't think Lark will be offended by it. Oh, we probably should be careful not to take anything else, especially anything that they might notice missing.
And after coming back down from cleaning up, I will announce they will be back in about 24 hours, but they will notice anything that's changed. So if we don't give them a reason to call the cops, they won't call the cops. If you give them a reason to call the cops, they'll probably call the cops and find our fingerprints all over the place.
Well, your fingerprints.
Gail probably hasn't touched very much just because she's the kind of person that makes herself as small as possible.
Anyone who has touched anything.
Yeah.
It's fingerprints.
Phage literally walked in, held hands with everybody else, and walked out.
All right.
Neil flies probably
Well,
out the
let's
door
get
then.
going.
And
Unless there's anything.
All right. So you-
I am gonna sort of, if I can try and aside to Nero at the end. if you don't mind doing one last look, just if anything noticeable has changed.
Well, that was definitely the plan. Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm going to do a look around just to see if anything.
I'm sure it's my own paranoia, but
It's an investigation.
Can I treat it like a crime scene and get a +1?
No, because you're not currently aware if any crime has been committed, and you've kind of taken the stance that no crime has been committed
It's true. 4
since
successes.
you walked in the door. 4 successes. You definitely notice some of the picture frames are empty. You don't recall specifically if they were or not, but the way that they're placed looks like they were holding photographs before, but
Did anyone take a picture out of a picture frame or two? I call out to the group.
Me.
I don't think that this family would have the kind of pictures I'm interested in.
Fine. I'll put them back.
I didn't.
I go and put the photographs back.
I didn't know you had
Probably-
taken them, but all right.
Fine.
Yeah,
Guilting
no.
people.
Giving people a reason to call the police typically isn't a smart idea when we don't exist and don't have IDs yet.
But you said we didn't break into the house.
We didn't.
So
We didn't break
by
into
the
the
way,
house.
what time is it by this point?
That would have been stealing from the house.
right about
though.
now it's about 7 p.m.
You
Yeah.
can you can steal without breaking into a place. They're not connected events.
I put the photographs back.
Okay.
I don't have them anymore. I don't know if I would have been paying enough attention to put them back in the place they were in, so I don't know if you want me to make a roll for that.
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
We will have you
I
do that.
figured.
Give me a... trying to think here. Give me an intelligence and composure.
All right. Ooh, and does my merit of encyclopedic knowledge? No, that's not really good. Never
No,
mind.
you would need
Nah,
eidetic
that
memory
wouldn't
for
have.
this one.
No, that's something else. Okay, 2 successes.
Yeah, you managed to make sure that the photos go back in the correct frames, whether by actively concentrating on it or just you get lucky enough to just put them back in the same order that you took them out in.
All
But
right.
yeah, they're back where they belong.
2, 1.
There, see? Don't have any.
All right. Well then.
And
Let's.
where are you guys headed
I
next?
believe we have a couple of tasks to take care of.
Yes, we do.
Do we want to handle... We probably want to handle the one that's been hanging out at graveyards first.
I mean, it's not just graveyards, but that would definitely be a place that
Yeah. Do
would be
we,
worth checking.
do we want
I
to...
asked before, what time is it around now?
7 p.m.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to all go to the same one individually to find it, or do we want to sort of go in pairs of 2? Well,
I think
2 and 3.
Dibs
Yeah.
on Greenmount.
I feel like
I think
I feel like all 7 of us showing up at one place will spook whoever we're supposed to find.
And also
Ravinia.
give us a 1 in 3 shot of actually locating
Yeah.
her.
On the
what-
other hand, we're not all terribly socially oriented, one might say.
No, that's fair. So we'll go in pairs of talkers to non-talkers? Who would be a non-talker?
All of you but me and Gail.
Me.
I
No,
I'll
I'm
do my
definitely a
best not to
non-talker,
take
especially
offense at
without
that.
my.
it's quite
I'm
charming
teasing.
that you think that. I think points at Phage, we have a talker.
Yes.
And then like over to maybe over in the direction of Lark and then the direction of
How?
Negotiating is not necessarily something we're collectively good at, as we've kind of learned already.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. How about this?
I don't talk. I respond and respectfully listen.
Ah.
If you want to talk, I guarantee you can get some people's attention.
All right, Adele, you want to go to Greenmount?
Dibs on Greenmount Cemetery.
All right.
I'm gonna
what were the
go.
other
I'm
two
not
places?
exactly the Catholic cathedral type.
What were the other two places?
Federal Hill Park and the Baltimore Basilica.
Okay. So Adele, you want to go to Greenmont. Neofly, you want to go with Adele?
Yes, I feel like where we are, it'll probably suit our specialties a little bit more in that area.
Absolutely.
All right.
I think I'll take the park.
You want to go to Federal Hill? Then I'll go to the Basilica and Lark.
I'll go
List,
with
and
you.
Gail. You want to go with me, Gail? All right. Lark and List, you want to go with Phage or me?
Phage,
I'm
I'll go
going
with
to
the park.
visit a graveyard.
I
too.
want to go to the Basilica
All right.
I'm gonna go
or
with
the
Phage.
cemetery.
All
those
right,
sound
so
interesting.
Lark, go with Phage. List, you get your pick.
Um,
By the way, we don't have 3 cars.
no. we
Are
don't.
any of these locations in walking distance?
The closest one is give me a intelligence and streetwise.
Yeah.
Only at a -1
Roll
currently.
that too.
I'll go to the cemetery.
you do not have a penalty, Adele.
Okay.
So I'll go with Adele and Neil Fly.
Presumably, that's a 0. Presumably, we can be one group can be dropped off somewhere.
Yes, that was exactly what I was going to say. 2 successes.
1 success.
You know that Federal Hill is definitely the closest one.
Is
Probably
it walking distance?
Walking distance,
close?
probably, yeah. To where you guys are right now. I mean, it'll be probably like a 20-30 minute walk, but definitely still walking distance, yeah.
Easier to drive.
Yeah, let's just.
We'll drop. So I can fit. I've got. Flying list.
My other thought is it might be easier to do this if we had 3 cell phones, so each group had a way to contact the other groups.
We can probably run by a store and get like a.
Are we near?
phone.
Yeah, are we near a convenience store?
Yeah. You can
Easily
find those
done.
Pretty,
Just
All right,
yeah,
just grab.
buy a burner.
Yeah, let's get a couple of runners.
So we will.
Temporary thing.
We will go by a burner and
Yep.
through. I think Adele can drop off somebody or whoever's going to Federal Hill there, and then Gail and I will Lark-
Just
This
Gail
is
and
going. This
Oh.
is going to the cemetery.
Okay, so Gail and I will go
It's
to the
just you
Basilica
two,
in the other.
Then
car.
it's Phage and Lark going to
The
the park,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then the rest of us to Gravemont.
So Gail, Liz, can I have Liz, can I have the keys for the other car?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
I don't know if I had them, but
you
I have them,
so
actually.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought Liz was driving. Then it would be. Well, then Gail
I
has
know.
the
I,
keys. So.
I have no idea who was driving at any point.
We established I was driving because
Okay.
I'm the one with Dotson Drive, but I don't need to drive, so I'll toss him the keys.
I also have. I mean, whoever wants to drive can drive. I also have Datsun Drive. All right, so we'll split up that way, and then
Okay.
we'll meet back up at the house.
Hmm. Sounds good.
All right, give
Great.
us a call if anything happens that we need to know about.
Got it.
Okay.
Take care. Try not to die.
I will do my very best.
Did we all get burner phones, or are we just getting like one per group, kind
Probably
of thing?
just 1 per group.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
probably at this point. I'll grab. I'll one for even though I already have one. Buy another one for our group.
And I've still got the one for the
Just
house.
to be safe. When
Okay.
you're visiting a graveyard, things could happen.
And then one for what's it called? Galen Lark.
Or
Yes.
Or,
Phage and
yeah,
Lark,
Phage
yeah.
and Lark. I'm sorry.
All right, so the cell phones are parceled out.
Yep.
And you guys start dropping people off at certain locations.
Pull up outside the Federal Hair Park. Have fun.
Okay.
Try not to. I don't know.
So as you drop them off, the park itself is not huge, and you know it as it's a local landmark. Offers one of the best views of sort of the Baltimore skyline across the harbor, and there's some memorial statues, that sort of thing. It's one of those kind of local, historico-culturally significant areas that's then eventually acquired by the city and made into a park.
Right.
Um,
Time to go for a
And it-
walk.
It's a bit terraced. And then you guys drive off to your other various locations.
Mhm.
The Baltimore Basilica is located further to the north along Cathedral Street. And as you pull up, there's definitely something going on there. Probably just an evening mass or something of that nature. It's obviously got the iron fencing. It's a grayish stone building with a dome bell tower, and it looks very, very much the liturgical type structure. But you feel like you'll be able to just probably wander in without attracting too much attention, given that there's actually people already there. Greenmount, however, is a little further to the east. It's not the largest, but it's a larger graveyard. Obviously, most famous for being where John Wilkes Booth is buried. And you're fairly certain that if there's crazy shit around,
Oh yes.
this
as
might
soon
not
as
be
we-
a bad spot to check in on it.
As
but
soon
yeah,
as we get there, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do a ghost hunt.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, the interesting thing about Greenmount is that it actually has hours of operation. So you guys get to Greenmount, and it is walled, chain link, barbed wire, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And it is locked up.
But there's a section with chain link fence.
Chain link and barbed wire over the top.
All right. I think I would be able to get us in, but have to think about how. I know I can get over the fence, but I'm gonna walk up to like where like the chain link fence and everything is, and just kind of try to scope it out to see if there's like any area where we can enter in without too much damage.
Closest area you could try and get to would be the gatehouse.
Okay.
That's down. There's a little sort of four-way intersection. Oliver, Belvedere, and Greenmount all kind of intersect, and the gatehouse is directly across from this conflux of three different roads.
Okay.
It's locked up. There's a gate with padlock and that sort of thing on it. There's a potential you might be able to climb over, because this is more. It's more of a stone front area where the height is the deterrent rather than the chain link where they actually put the barbed wire at the top in order to prevent people from doing this sort of thing.
Okay. Is there anybody guarding like the area?
No. You see, give me a wits and composure.
Okay.
-1.
I will try that too.
Same roll for you then.
Composure. You said wits and composure -1?
-1, yep. Because it's getting dark and you are in a unfamiliar area.
It's one success.
Okay. you do notice a blinking red light of something mounted up and slightly inside.
-1.
-1, yep.
So,
1 success.
Yeah,
2.
Adele, you'll see that as well. Liz, as you kind of gauge around looking at it, yep, that's a security camera.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
alright, so in the area that we're in, are there like enough shadows cast where I would be able to get over the wall to without being noticed?
I mean, there can be.
Well, let's see if we can make that happen then.
Yes.
What if we
All
just
right.
go
And
around?
as they prepare to enact their contracts, we're going to shift to the group at the Basilica. So how are you guys approaching this?
Who's at the Basilica with me? Just just the one who's named after a Roman emperor.
Yes,
Just
just
Nero.
Nero.
Top notch.
I felt like it was appropriate for Nero to go to the Basilica.
God.
So sorry.
And some Christians, throw them to the lions. Let's do this.
Okay.
Um,
Gil, from a distance, is probably just gonna try and see. Presumably, it's closed or somewhat closed at this time of night.
No, actually, they're having an evening mass right now. There's a number of people that you can hear from the inside. Cars are parked pretty densely around the street.
In that case, she's just if there's like a parking lot or an out front area, she's going to seem as though she's there, maybe waiting for someone, something like that.
Okay.
Just sort of socially blend in so she can look around.
well, if you want to stay outside, I can go ahead and just head inside and see if anything strange is afoot.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah. As far as parking and that sort of thing, it's a little bit at a premium. Mostly street parking. Anybody else would have to probably be a couple blocks away.
I know, just like some area where a pedestrian might be able to stand around if their companion were inside.
Okay. Give me a wits and honestly, I'm going to say streetwise on this one.
Okay.
Then I will head
So
into the
that would
Okay.
just be my wits because I don't take that penalty. Zero successes.
Okay. So you find a corner and you find an empty bench and you sit down on it. While Nero wanders through the gate, heading up and in. You can hear the liturgical chant of the mass being spoken from the interior. There's a large door in front of you as you go up the stairs towards the entrance.
I feel like being from an Italian Spanish family, Nero probably was Catholic.
If he was anything, that would be a good guess.
So, enter the Basilica appropriately for evening mass, however that would
Okay.
be, because I don't know.
Come in, genuflect at the back, holy water, whole shebang. And yeah, the door, there's a faint creak to it, but you manage to, sort of stifle that for the moment. Gaze around the area. You're not very, very low light from the inside. Pretty much exactly what you'd expect for a Catholic mass being read at a historical and cathedral of some level of significance. But yeah, glancing around, you don't see anybody that looks out of the ordinary.
Okay. I'll hang out at the back and keep, scan the crowd. Keep
Give
an
me
eye
a
out for any
wits and a cult.
motion that sort of draws my attention, while also being respectful of the mass.
Okay.
Wits and occult, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So -3. Could have got that done in occult. Any bonuses for being a Catholic?
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Hey. 1 success. It mattered.
Okay. There was a shiver sort of that ran down your spine as you started walking up these stairs, and it intensified slightly as you pulled open the door. It faded once you walked inside, but there's still something off-putting. Kind of a cold, icy run down your spine. And the hand that you open the door with, you keep kind of flexing and clenching it as if you're trying to work off a cramp or something inside it. It doesn't hurt, but you sort of notice yourself reflexively just working out the muscles in your hand.
Is there a lot of cold iron in this basilica?
Yes, there is. The fence on the outside and the door fixtures are hand-forged cold iron. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you want to find somewhere that has cold iron, go to a Catholic
fucking
cathedral.
Catholic
Yep.
Yep.
I
less so on the interior, but yeah, you're noticing, that whole iron and fairies thing is apparently not entirely folklore-y.
I suddenly get a feeling that this is probably not where our person is. But I'm going to wait through the mask.
Is it painful just to touch cold iron, or is it just if cold iron hits you, it hits you hard?
It hits you hard. It's not necessarily painful to handle. Like, you can pick it up if you want, but it's uncomfortable. And if somebody smacks you in the face with it or jams it in and it pierces your flesh, that's aggravated damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, still keeping an eye out to see if there's any changelings wandering about that maybe shouldn't be here. But other than that, I'm just gonna be attending mass.
Okay. Yeah, and you're noticing as well there's a deadened sense to this area. You feel like your connection to the world around you, that sort of knit, interactive essence that ties you to the ground and the sky and the trees and the various elements. It's much muted here, which might be the cold iron, or it might be something else. And then the group at Federal Hill,
which is me and Lark.
Right. Federal Hill is terraced. There's basically sharp slopes interrupted by level paths that sort of follow the contours, and it's pretty much 3 stages until you get to the top. There's a basketball court down on one side, memorials, statues, that sort of thing scattered around. I want both of you to give me a wits and occult roll, +1.
Wits, occult, +1, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I actually have a dot in occult, so I'm not also at a -3. I still get 0 successes.
Okay. And Lark, what did you get?
1 success.
Okay. So Phage, you're on mission. You're looking for this Ravinia individual, whoever they might be.
Right now I'm looking for changelings, period.
Right. Mm-hmm. And there are a number of trees and things scattered around, and to get a good survey of this entire park, you're definitely going to have to make a couple circuits. Lark, as you step onto the hill, though, especially at any point if you leave the paved pathways, but even still walking on those, there's something vibrant here. There's an energy to this place. Something strong, concentrated, and definitely dynamic about it. You haven't felt it anywhere else that you've been. Granted, you haven't been all over the city since you got back, but this is new.
All right.
Well,
go ahead and give me
shall
wits
we?
and investigation for you guys as you're looking around to try and see what you find.
why you gotta ask investigation?
Because you're investigating.
I actually have a dot in that.
That's chance die.
Wow.
That was close to a 1, but it wasn't a 1. It was not a catastrophic.
4 successes.
All
Nice.
right. So we'll get back to those 4 successes in just a moment. 3 of you are outside a graveyard right now, I believe. Correct?
Yes.
All
Correct.
right. So how are you guys getting in?
So
Assuming that you're going to do so.
I assume if we're going to try to scale a fence, I assume.
No, we
Unless
can
we
just
have a
cut our way
better-
through it.
Shh. We're trying to use our skills. Hold on.
Yes.
Scaling.
So we're going. Well, no. Before we do that,
Mhm.
I'm going to use whatever it's called, Darkness 2.
Night subtle distractions.
Not night subtle distraction. So at the very least, the cameras will have a more difficult time. Perhaps if we both do it, it might be. If you have it, if you can,
I do as well. We can probably do that.
it might be enough to completely hide us instead of just probably, I would assume, obscuring our features.
That would be beneficial. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Rebel
Okay.
will.
So you guys, anybody who's enacting night subtle distractions will be weird and stealth.
Weird.
And you have
2
to spend it before.
successes. Yep.
Okay.
Stealth.
So yeah, as you guys basically
0 successes.
all right. So you
I
both
got you
spend a
covered.
glamour and everybody what
Oh, you actually, it's weird stealth, not wit stealth.
yeah, I said weird stealth.
Oh, that's what it rolled. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Go ahead and re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
0 successes.
Okay.
Uh,
No, you just rolled stealth.
Okay.
Try it
I mean,
again. One more
I
time.
have weird highlighted, or I guess you just have to
Oh,
put it
you
in as
have
a.
to put it. You have to put it in as a modifier.
how did Jeremy get weird to roll?
0 successes.
I put all of my abilities on page 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Still 0 successes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you spend that glamour,
3 different rolls, 0
neophyte.
successes.
right? But you're not getting that connection with the gloomy lit area around you. The shadows aren't responding, and that tacit agreement that you have with those areas of low illumination, they're not living up to their end of the bargain right now, which does sometimes happen.
Mhm. Well, it's not working
and
for me right now, but I
as
can
you
probably
glance
just patch
over,
it. Uh-huh.
Adele has just shrouded herself in darkness at this point.
Mhm.
You can see where she is, but she is almost just a silhouette, which would generally only happen if she was standing in front of a bright light from behind her, pointed at you.
Mhm.
But yeah, she is almost 2-dimensional, just dark.
Okay, so does she affect her area? Is there an area of effect with the night subtle distraction?
I think it is just single person.
Yeah, it only affects her.
Yeah.
But it affects everybody. So, in a sense, the contract affects everybody around her who can't then see her.
You can also choose to keep anyone in physical contact with them from being affected.
Yes, from being affected.
Yeah.
Basically, the effect of the contract is to make it harder for people. Is to cloud the perceptions of everybody around you.
So if I touch these
she
two, they
touches-
can see me,
They can
but
see
it
you,
doesn't hide them better.
but it doesn't hide them. Yeah,
That's true.
it only it only makes it harder for people to see Adele.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can look for a shadowy enough place in the area where I can hop over and I can use shadow patch to affect
Okay.
that situation.
It looks like it's actually all wits rolls involving perception.
Yes.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Correct.
To see
Not necessarily
anybody.
sight, right? But yeah, it's going to make it difficult for people in the immediate area to see anything.
And Adele will try, oh, this is going to suck, scrambling over the fence.
Give me a strength and athletics.
I was
Adele.
afraid you were going to say that.
What else was I gonna say?
I
Okay.
mean, I don't know Dex because you have to be live to maneuver it. Yeah, that's a
There
chance
is-
roll.
Okay.
I'm a,
Strength of
you are
one
able to
and
find-
no
This
athletics.
is
You are able to
where-
find some shadowy areas, Neofly.
okay. Okay. So I'm gonna enact Shadow Patch, and does the thing have I spent at least an hour away from sunlight past there?
Not really, actually. You guys have been out and around for the most part.
Okay. So
Yeah, so you will still have to spend a glamour,
mhm.
and then roll wits and weird.
There we
Once
go.
again. Sidel attempts to climb the fence. Once again, we could have just
With
cut through it
Or eyeballs somehow.
with I don't know. If I have like
Yeah,
what
I don't know what happened
Is it just? Yeah, no, I don't. That is weird.
there.
One
Um,
success for me.
Okay. So yeah, you shroud yourself with
athletics,
shadows as
chance
well,
roll.
making it more difficult for people to see you. And for the remainder of the scene, you will get a +3 bonus anytime you're rolling a stealth roll.
Okay. So I'm gonna hop over the fence,
There we go.
Okay.
So, bah.
and that's
So you see Adele try and climb up this stone wall. She gets about 3 feet up and then just stops, kind of.
all right. If I can get up there real quick, I can help you out, and
Strength and athletics for Neofly then.
and does my parkour apply
Adele.
on this one?
Adele
Yes.
is like Garfield right now. Just. It's very fortunate that we sent the stealthy people to the place
successes.
where they need to stealth.
This is true.
Oh, yeah. Neo, you kind of scoot off to one side, find a little kind of it's architectural in nature. It's not actually an arrow slit, but it's meant to evoke that sort of kind of atmosphere. Jam your
Yep.
foot in there, heave yourself up, and you are laying on this sort of modified little parapet thing, having surmounted the first obstacle to getting into the graveyard.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to like scooch over and try to like reach my hand down to Adele so I can try to help her up.
Okay. Adele, you are now going to be rolling strength and athletics +3
+3.
Now-
Oh, good.
now that you've got some actual assistance.
Okay.
All right. I guess I
I'll
should
be
try
like-
and climb up too.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yep.
wait. I would just be like, Liz, grab onto Adele's leg.
Please
Okay,
don't.
will it fall off? Because that's a concern of mine. I don't
Wait,
know.
uh,
You don't seem.
I'm not.
Adele's not the sturdiest.
You've
dude in the
got-
world.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not.
I'll get her
going
over,
to
then I'll bring
I'm
my
not
leg down too.
in the active process of.
You've got a hole in your throat.
That's
I
a
don't.
personal question.
Okay.
2 successes.
All right. So yeah, with Neofly's help, he kind of heaves you up over the edge, and you manage to be on top now.
Okay.
Liz, if you're getting assistance as well, it's
Before
strength and
we do
athletics
that,
+3.
Let's go find a door we can open for her.
No, I'm gonna put my leg down since it's like the longer part of me since I am a 6 foot tall.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
The camera can't
grab
really
on.
see us; it can see.
Strength
Fine.
and athletics. Let's do this.
Just let it happen, Adele.
Strength and
You're
athletics +3.
Strength and
What do I
athletics
have?
+3.
+3. Okay, that's pretty good.
This is
That's a
happening.
1 success.
This is
All right. So it takes you a little longer, but you manage to scramble up Neofly's leg and roll yourself over onto the parapet. You're a little out of breath, but
Ow. Okay, I'm up.
okay. And you've got about a 9-foot drop down to the other side.
Meanwhile, security camera is just watching.
I mean, it's really only seen.
Shadowy
know.
bits.
Like I said, we are going to have to bail Liz out of jail more than once.
It'll be
So I
great.
will start climbing down.
Okay. Getting down is much easier than getting up. It's
Yes.
also faster.
Get it.
It also hurts a little more.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
but you manage.
Question: am I able, with Alyssa's stature, am I able to kind of just hide her in my coat? Try to see if that'll work.
No, she's not smaller. She's not
I'm not
concealable
that
in
small,
a jacket
actually.
size.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
She's
All right.
slightly larger than a machete, so you can't hide her in your jacket.
All right. Liz, grab onto my back. I'm gonna hop down,
Okay.
and then
Fine.
I'm gonna hop down.
Okay. All right. Back to the people at Federal Hill. Phage, you're just kind of glancing around, trying to keep an eye on things. Lark, however, as you kind of check the surroundings, the crowd is fairly sparse, which is what makes it very easy for you to pick out the individual that's currently leaning up against a tree, apparently eating something out of a takeout container. And
Is it a blood red hot dog?
No, it is not a blood red hot dog. She's probably pushing 6 feet, not quite. With very, very long arms, and you can see tufts of what looks like body hair poking out from the collar and the cuffs. The face is somewhat ape-like in structure, almost, but still plenty of human underneath there. The shorts she's wearing are fairly ragged, burst out at the knees, tattered around the cuffs, and her feet are completely bare. They probably are a good size 15 or 16, heavily calloused, again, with that almost fur-like amount of hair covering them. The jaw is juts out further than you'd expect for any sort of human, obviously, and you can see rough teeth that are just mashing through whatever she's got. There's enough of the body structure that it does look vaguely feminine-esque, just of a completely different species.
Were we given any descriptors for Ravinia?
Her suit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
And she's
Right.
definitely, so yeah, you're
It
definitely
fits.
thinking, and everybody else is just
that
walking
seems
past her,
accurate. You know?
not apparently paying her any mind. So you're thinking, yep, probably definitely changeling.
I mean,
Right.
that definitely fits the descriptor.
And
So-
as you watch, the tree itself is almost responding to her presence slightly. When somebody walks by, even without there being much of a breeze or anything, the branches will shift almost as if to slightly either shade her face or block their view just briefly, and then retreat as a passerby continues along.
I'm gonna point her out to Phage.
Oh.
I
Well,
believe this is who we're looking for.
I think you might be right. Well, nothing to do but say hello.
All right.
Phage begins walking over.
Okay.
Begins walk.
As you get closer, this individual notices you almost immediately, and you're not sure if she spotted you approaching or had been watching you the entire time. But she sort of straightens, crumples up the container and tosses it towards a trash can. It bounces off the rim and goes inside. Who are you?
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Phage. This is
And
Lark.
Lark.
Hmm. And then there's a twinkle of recognition that sort of glints in one of her eyes. I heard about you. You were down at the fort. You won the cannonball run.
She just kind of grins at that and flexes a little bit. Yeah. I was part
Good
of
on
that.
you
yes.
then. Nice. What brings you to the high point?
Mostly looking around. I didn't get your name.
Oh, Ravinia.
Ah,
Ding 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 ding.
actually, we were actually asked to look for you specifically. Actually,
Really? She gets a little cagey at that.
hey, it's nothing to
about?
worry about. I promise. It's mostly just, well, we've all got a mutual friend by the name of Ledger, right?
She goes very cold at the mention of Ledger's name. What's he want?
To be perfectly honest, he just wants you to be safe.
Yeah, his idea of safety is what we call being a fucking coward and hiding all the time.
Well, I'm not going to completely disagree with you. Starting up fights with other weird things like we are, I mean, it's a good challenge. It's a show of strength, but it's also, puts the rest of us in danger too at times if you piss off a mob of ghosts or something.
Okay, so make sure you can handle whatever you're going in on. Yeah, that's basic tactics. I'm not an idiot.
Not only that, but just be careful because this has bigger repercussions than you think. Say you piss off a mob of ghosts, and even if you can handle the ones that are in front of you, they decide that changelings are the enemy now, and they start fighting other changelings who can't handle themselves, people that you're supposed to be protecting. And now you've pissed off other creatures that are trying to kill them.
She gets a little thoughtful at that. Give me a manipulation and persuasion.
With a
And you
plus one.
You get a bonus die because she's Summer Court. Yep.
Yeah.
Manipulation, persuasion. I'm going to spend a willpower on this because I want to.
Okay.
That's +4 total. 3 successes. I kind of needed it.
So yeah, as you give your perspective on this, you can see that it's registering. She's hearing what you're saying. But she's got a little bit of stubbornness to her demeanor though. Okay, so yeah, no, that makes sense. I hear what you're saying, but I mean, that's part of what I'm doing here. No ghosts here.
What are you looking for here?
Well, it's the high point. Ley lines, things intersect. There's energy here. Can't you feel it?
Can I feel it?
Give me a wits and weird.
I have
That's-
weird.
That's what I felt, isn't it?
As she says this, Lark, you're like, oh, that I don't know much about these things, but that does make sense.
2 successes.
No ghosts.
Give
there,
it
just
now
mages.
that you're kind of feeling it. There is a vibrancy. There's an aliveness to this area that you wouldn't expect. I mean, it's very structured. It's definitely got that sort of synthetic modification of human interaction over an area, but there's an energy here.
There's a power in this place. That's true.
Yeah, so that's what we're here for, right? If we can stake claim here, we can use it to benefit, well, whatever freehold this eventually turns into. And I mean, it's a good place to have a foothold.
Well, do I know what sorts of extraterrestrial beings might call this home, or extraterrestrial, extraplanar, or whatever, supernatural? Wrong words.
Give me an intelligence and occult.
Occult. Unfortunately, having 1 dot in both of those is not super helpful.
I mean, better than me. I have 1 die in one of them.
1 success.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You get the feeling that, I mean, things would probably be drawn to this area. And you don't really know a ton about the hedge and its denizens per se, but yeah, no, I mean, this is if obviously supernatural things exist, and this place has energy, so it's kind of like probably functions a bit like a watering hole in the savannah.
Well, it'd be nice to have a foothold here, yes, but we don't exactly have the forces to control it yet, and mucking around here just gets the eyes of people that we shouldn't have on us. Like the bastards.
Shit, you are Wintercourt, aren't you?
Actually, no. I'm actually here to have a good time, and I'd rather we not get killed having that good time.
Huh. Give me manipulation and socialize +1 for winning the cannonball run.
4 successes.
Okay. So what you're saying is come back in force.
Come back when you have force. I think we don't have the power right now to claim this place, and if we try to, then we'll just be calling the bastards we came from down on us, amongst other things. So I think once we actually establish a real community here, then maybe we can do something about this. We don't have the power right now to claim this place.
Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. Scout, observe, don't bite off more you can chew until you've got, everybody there to eat.
You've
all
got
at
bigger
once.
teeth.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I did jump the gun a little bit. But can I count on you for backup when we do have the muscle?
You know what? Absolutely.
Awesome. And she sticks out this. It's functionally it's a paw. It's hand-like, but it's definitely what you'd classify as a paw.
I don't have any willpower to make a pledge right now, so.
And you're not getting the feeling that this is more of just a verbal agreement. She's not trying to make a pledge with you, right? Yeah, there's not the necessary sort of ceremoniousness that you'd be able to perceive or pick up on if this was meant to be some weird binding contract or other.
Yeah. So she shakes her hand. Just remember, we're all in this together. We're trying not to get killed here.
Okay, that's fair. Well, once we get our shit together, though, I'm calling this one in.
Certainly, just remember, there's a lot more than just your own life riding on this.
I'll stick close to the fort, and I'll make sure I'm not flying off the handle by myself.
Scouting's fine and all, just be safe.
We'll keep it quiet for now. But eventually...
Eventually is a ways off, remember. We got a long way to go before we're a real freehold.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But okay. I'll call it quits for tonight.
Thank you.
And back at the Basilica. As you're looking around, Gale, are you watching for anything in particular?
Yes. Changelings, because I didn't get a phone call. I don't have a phone. I assume that
Yeah, I still have the phone.
I don't have the knowledge that just happened, so I'm operating as though it didn't.
My phone is on silent.
I'm looking primarily for changelings, but I'm also looking around for what might interest someone like her.
Okay.
I'm probably not going inside, but just keeping around outside. By the way, do I have the phone or do you?
I do. I put it in my vest.
Okay.
Fine. There was another thing I was going to do if I had the phone, but that's...
Give me a wits and weird then, Gale.
Oh. I'm just going to add a +1 to wits because weird is not selecting for me.
Yep, that's fine.
0 successes.
Okay. So yeah, as you're casting your senses around, you have no fucking idea what anybody would want with a place like this.
Okay.
It's dull. It's kind of quiet.
I mean, I assume people get married here.
This is not a fun sort of place. This is not a... There's nothing about it that screams social influence or tactically advantageous. It's a big old stone building where people show up a couple times a week maybe to do the church thing. Yeah. It's kind of a letdown, honestly. You were expecting more.
Okay. In that case, if it's not dangerous or fun seeming, I am gonna get up and just sort of wander around outside for a little bit.
Okay.
Because if there are other changelings here, likely that she'll see me. And that itself might be enough to incite conversation. Not like in an authoritative or I'm taking your ground kind of way, given that we're just here to make contact, but
Nero, they've worked their way up to the Eucharist. So people are starting to line up for receiving the sacrament.
He doesn't.
He just kind of hangs at the back.
Remains hanging at the back, yep.
Okay. Give me a wits and stealth.
Wits and stealth. Try not to get armbarred into it by the old Catholic ladies in the back. Any bonuses?
Nope.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, no, you managed to remain fairly unobserved. You don't catch glances of, well, what's this young man doing avoiding the Eucharist if he's going to be here participating in the Holy Liturgy? You know, you manage to stay fairly under the radar and avoid suspicion from any...
I feel like I'm probably back there with like a bunch of other like teenagers that are just don't
Other
want to be drawn into attention. Other
how
like
old is your character? Because this keeps changing.
no, Nero's not a teenager, but other people who are teenagers is what I was trying to indicate. Because
I was gonna say,
because that's
you're
where all the
like a 40-something detective and a teenager.
he's early 30s.
So that
late
sentence
20s,
would
early
be
30s.
a bunch of teenagers, not a bunch
Yeah.
of other teenagers.
bunch of others who are teenagers.
Others who are teenagers. All right,
Uh,
but yeah, you manage to remain fairly unnoticed. Meanwhile, 3 of you are now broken into a graveyard after
Yes.
hours.
He's so
Yup.
great.
It is
Adele, make sure your phone is on silent.
I am aware. Thank you.
Liz, don't say anything, please.
But
Now let's go searching for this lady.
all right. So
Now
there's
that
some
we're
windy
inside,
paths.
I'm gonna do a ghost
Okay.
perceive. I'll roll it instead of spending the glamour. If this doesn't work, I can spend the glamour for my seeming ability.
Yes.
I'm still getting the hang of Panamancy as well. I'd want
2
to
successes.
see if I can tell where Ravinia might be in here. Like if I get a sense of location.
Okay.
Or a location of, because we know she's been like hanging out, like confronting people, a source of like power streaming out of somewhere that we can beeline toward, because she'd probably be standing near that.
All right. So Adele, as you enact your contract of ghostly presence,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly a number of pale forms sort of wisp into your perceptive field.
Okay.
Most of them are drifting. They seem fairly
which-
muted.
Okay. At which point Adele brightens and smiles like nobody has seen her yet.
They're fairly ephemeral. They seem to be non-responsive for the most part.
Wonderful. Well, we'll see. She looks. Liz, would you happen to have something sharp?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's see. I have a chisel.
That will
that work?
That will work.
Okay. It's the handle wiggles, so don't do it too hard. But
okay.
Yeah, here.
She takes it, slices open her thumb, and then it goes to press on both Liz and Neofly's foreheads.
Wait, why?
All right.
And I'm going to activate, that's my catch, so I can activate Tread Companion so they can see them too.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Roll manipulation and weird.
Yep. One success.
Okay. So you, as she presses her freely bleeding thumb to your forehead, suddenly you're able to see a sort of translucent form, probably about 40, 50 feet away from you, that is circling a gravestone.
Oh, wow. Do you see this all the time?
I can.
What?
It takes some effort. These are my friends. Not these ones specifically. I don't know these ones.
Okay.
What? They're like doing that thing at the grave over there. What? Should we go investigate that?
Well, I imagined that we could perhaps perhaps they would be able to provide some insight as to where. I would have to do this. I would have to do this again in order to actually be able to speak with them.
We can't
All right.
talk to them
Assuming
now.
that they are to that level, but this will at least help with an initial investigation. Perhaps a good clue as to why our Summer Court friend keeps coming here.
All right. Well,
And perhaps an idea of where she might be if they're all gathered in one location.
all right. Well, while you do that, I'm just gonna go start searching around. Can I actually get that burner phone just in case?
Eventually, I start sending phone calls.
Yeah.
This is about the time that you guys are just noticing Rivinia, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Neofly's just gonna go start searching around, like areas, see if he can find anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a wits and investigation.
Yeah.
-1.
Searching and I don't know if I can use Panamancy as like a find weird stuff going on type of thing. I'm not exactly sure how it works yet. But
So Panamancy probably.
I'm trying to find like a source of. It's really non-specific in the book. It's not very helpful.
Which page are you looking at?
Let's see. It is on page 122.
Okay.
Tell fortunes.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the common sense merit, but I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
You can basically, if you're, it's kind of like a divination.
Okay. I was trying to find basically like, because we were told that she confronts others, and so presumably they're coming through like the hedge somewhere, and so I wanted to try and find like the stream of weird that is possibly like flowing out of this hole.
Based
in
on
the
what you were
hedge.
told by
Sure.
Ledger, there are places of power that
Mhm.
exists. There are, it's sort of, it's not like a changeling specific one,
Mhm.
it's that house on the street that you're not
Mhm.
supposed to go in, or
Yep.
there's that one priest who knows things for some
Mhm.
reason. It's that idea of there's weird shit out there in the world, and if you stick your nose into it, it can be risky, but you can also learn things, or you might find things, or you might glean something from it as well.
Mhm.
It's a risk reward sort of thing. So the idea that people might go into areas they would be better leaving alone in order to try and figure shit out or learn things or gain things, it's the same sort of idea. What one person someone might consider themselves a modern day knight errant, and somebody else might consider themselves just having good sense for not.
Mhm.
And the whole situation is something a matter of perspective. And this is one of the places that apparently weird shit might happen or go down, and what one person sees as an opportunity, somebody else might see as unnecessary danger.
To
Well,
clarify,
okay. Yeah.
weird shit or weird shit?
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes to both.
yeah.
Okay.
Neophi, can I have the phone real quick?
Sure.
I need it for like 2 seconds. Okay.
Got it.
Uh,
But question for the role, would I be able to use keen observation?
If you're just looking around,
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you
That's a flat roll. Okay.
Mhm.
0 successes.
okay. So yeah, you're looking around. It's a cold, after dark, empty graveyard, and except for that one weird ass, obviously a ghost thing over there, yeah, you're not seeing much.
Oh,
I
see none.
I turn the phone up all the way bright and stare at it for
Okay.
a while, and then I'm gonna close my eyes and use Panamitsu to try and find like the center of the weird shit.
Okay.
I want like
Go
a
ahead and
location.
roll wits and composure.
Okay. And one success.
So there's a very obvious ghost near this grave site.
Yep.
But yeah, that's practically irrelevant as far as your weird spotty vision is telling you right now. In fact,
Mhm.
you've got that sort of after image glow, and there's a
Mhm.
tree like 100 yards away that glow is sort of centered around. And
Ah.
then you turn, and where the glow should, just cover whatever you're looking at now. No, the glow stays there.
Well, I'm gonna start walking toward that, possibly with my eyes still closed.
Okay.
And head straight
Uh,
toward there.
I kind of just like.
Are your eyes closed or are they not?
They are closed. Let's
Give
go
me
with it.
a dexterity and athletics -4.
I was
Okay.
just going,
Yes.
I was just going to say, did Neofly like kind of notice her just start walking with like that
You
way?
can see her. She has started walking. She's gotten about 3 steps so far.
Okay,
Yep.
can I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going
let
to
me see.
try and
Wait.
Okay.
So, athletics -1, -4. That's just a chance roll, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that is. Oh wait. Did I do that right? No, I don't think so. I think I just rolled.
No, if it's a chance roll, just click the. I think there's a
Chance.
bit.
Yeah,
where it's-
yep.
Just
chance
Okay.
answer.
Chance. Come on. Yes. That's 0 successes, but it's a 9.
Okay. So you watch her take about 3 steps, and then there's a very apparent gravestone, not the one that the ghost is around, in front of her, that she just walks, bam, right into, as if she didn't know it was there. smacks her head, tumbles off to one side, and is now sitting on her ass in the grass.
Okay,
Ow.
so I'm gonna pull the phone from her, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take this now, and then I'm gonna grab her hand, and then I'm gonna grab her hand, and then I'm gonna pull her up. And be like,
Okay. So
Were you-
Neofly sort of pulls the phone out of your hand and then lifts
It's
you
that
to your
way.
What's
that way.
happening?
I've still got my eyes closed and I'm pointing at the tree. It's that
yeah,
way. There's something
She is
that way.
pointing more or less through the, well, now that she's off to the side, slightly through the gravestone at a tree that's a little ways down.
Okay. I think it would be a good idea that we stay together. Adele, are you?
Adele is over by the ghost at this point.
Okay. Adele, just call us if anything happens. I'm
might
gonna go with
fade
Liz
away.
over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
course.
let's go.
Let's go. Okay. I start walking and you'll probably have to steer me away from some more gravestones.
Yeah, no, I have my hand on your shoulder. Just, yeah.
And I'm beelining for that tree.
Okay. So, you guys, now that Neofly is sort of steering you a bit, you make your way up to this tree. Right about now, everybody's phone is probably buzzing a little bit, who has one, with a text, I assume, from Phage.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Pull it out. Look at it. How far along are we in the mass?
Job's done.
The Eucharist has wrapped up at this point, and they're making their way towards the concluding rite.
I'll wait a bit longer.
Okay.
All right. I see the message, and I'm assuming I'm still walking with Liz to the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are now standing in front of a deciduous tree.
Okay. I open my eyes and then close them again and compare the two images. Is the
Everything is kind
Tree
of
in my
faded
vision?
at this point.
yeah, okay.
Awesome.
But you're feeling pretty good about this tree.
Okay.
Adele, you're eyeballing a ghost.
Yes, I am.
This one specifically for anything?
So, you said they're just sort of lingering there. Anything like what do they look like? Is there?
They're definitely human.
Mhm.
Most of them seem to, but there's definitely that sense of lingering. Like
Okay.
there's very little. These are not intent ghosts. They're
Mhm.
persistent, but not with purpose.
Okay. I am going to spend a glamour, and I will use that contract again so I can actually talk to the
Okay.
ghost.
So you're going with audible.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is that thing? There it is. And one success.
Okay. So you can hear the ghost, and it's murmuring to itself under its breath. 1701 North Chester. 1701 North Chester. 1701 North Chester. Can't remember. Something strange. But can't remember.
North
Strange.
Chester.
1701 North
Elena.
Chester.
Excuse me, friend. I don't mean to. Hello. Is it just trapped in that, or?
Something strange. Yeah, it seems to be just sort of
Okay.
going over.
It's one of
a little
those
bit.
kind
Right.
of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not angry. It's not. It's just.
Right.
For some reason, this is stuck in it.
Okay.
For some reason.
I put that address in. Do I know that address?
Give me an intelligence and streetwise -1.
Okay. Streetwise and intelligence. A weird tendency to. -1. 3 successes.
You know that there's a church and a senior center there.
Church and senior center. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. Perhaps the place. All right. Well, there's no communicating with it beyond. It seems to be just. I will just give it a little smile.
It
No,
will
not
smile
as
kind of vaguely
acknowledgement.
back at you.
Yes.
In its
Just acknowledgement that it's there and that its presence is appreciated, and I will drift on to join the others as I assume my phone chirps at me.
yes. Yep.
All right. At that point, I would have informed Liz that but we just got a message back from Phage saying that the job was done. So I'm not sure what's up with this tree, but I don't think it's going to be that important at the moment.
It was glowing.
Was it?
I'm ignoring you.
Two
Oh.
questions.
All right.
Go, Gail.
One, does Neo have a phone?
I took the burner phone that
Yeah.
what's it called? Yeah.
Neo is
I thought we
current.
had-
Neo and Nero both are in possession of burner phones currently that have been texted with the message of
Yep.
job
I
stuff.
No,
have,
wait.
I have the phone that we
Question-
got from the
Yeah.
dark.
I've got the phone that we
Two.
got from our.
Strictly for my
House.
amusement.
Yes.
Previously, there was a make sure your phone's on silent, and now
Yes.
their phones are chirping.
My chirp, vibrate,
Vibrate.
Buzz, whatever it is. Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Sorry.
You know, one of those.
It,
Their
it
their
always
phones are
amuses me.
responding to whatever it
Yes.
is. Yes. If you remember to turn it on vibrate, that's what it's doing. If you did not, then it might be making noise.
Exactly.
And then
The tree was glowing.
Yeah, I
After-
head on over.
after mass ends, I will head out.
Okay. So yeah.
Is everything
Listen,
okay over here?
The tree was glowing. I'm gonna touch the tree.
It's definitely a tree.
Okay. Okay.
Are you trying to are you examining the tree or are you just
I'm
like
trying to feel the tree out.
are you petting the tree?
No, I've got my hand and if I don't feel
Are you
anything, then I'm gonna
groping the
start
tree?
No, I've just got my hand on it, man.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start walking around it if it's pretty big. Just looking at it. 'cause this is-
I mean it's
I
fairly,
something. Okay.
Give me a wits and investigation. Anybody who's trying to figure out what's up with this tree.
Keen observation. Can I apply that or no?
Yes, that will apply.
Yeah.
I'm guessing journalism will not apply.
No, this tree does not seem to be angling for a Pulitzer or anything. So.
Damn it.
Is 0 successes.
1 success.
Freaking one.
I had one.
Okay. So 1 success for Adele and 1 for Liz.
Mhm.
You guys both around the same time notice a small hollow crack a little ways up the trunk. And we'll say Adele, being the taller one, kind of reaches up and slides a finger, and there's definitely a piece of paper in there.
Interesting. Pull it out.
Yep. Yeah, it's a piece of paper with the fairly dense handwriting on it.
The
And
tree
I-
was writing.
I will put it in your journal.
Yes.
Sweet.
This tree was apparently writing a novel.
No, it's just a single piece of paper.
Well, it just
So
started.
writing a poem.
It just started. Start with one paper.
It's fairly dry, fairly old. The handwriting is a little spidery, but
As if it was written by spiders.
yes, it
This
was written. It was
was-
written by spiders over a period of time.
Yes.
3 years ago.
Took some years.
You know what they say, 10,000
She
spiders in a room with
frowns
typewriters
as
in
she's
this
reading it.
All it
What?
says
Wait,
is
what
some
is it?
pig.
Some pig.
Over and over again.
The note?
What's it say?
Well, it is from one of us.
Who?
It doesn't say.
How do you know it's from one of us?
Mention of hobgoblins and gentry and
Oh,
it's
okay.
one of us.
Not one of. Okay, one of us collectively.
Not
Okay,
one
that's-
of not
Yes, it
not
was one of the three of us.
unlikely.
And we're gonna find out who.
All right.
Nobody's leaving this graveyard
Until somebody comes
How-
clean.
We got
We've
it.
been
That's a
writing
change.
notes.
So
to tree.
before you were a changeling, you left this note in a tree.
Hey, listen, I have no idea.
Let's go ahead and start
That.
reading it.
Okay.
This is it's dated August 5th of 3 years ago. What date is it now, perchance?
It's something in 2017.
Like, okay. But it's not like August 5th, oddly
It's
enough.
Not
August.
particularly August 5th.
It's
It's a summer
July.
evening in 2017.
It is OXXX 2017.
Duly noted. Sorry to write so cryptically, but can't chance discovery. One of us is gone bad. It started last equinox. I do my round like always to check my gates. Had just passed Foster and Curly, just a few druggies and winos. Killian Hobbs were noisier than usual, sent them on the way. Sorry, useless detail. Anyway. Then I saw 3 others stumbling down an alley, drunk out of their minds. Plastered. Lurched around the Fleet Street gate, and when I get there, they were gone. The gate buzzes weird, and they must have gone through. Thought about rescue, but the hedge was silent, and you know how booze and the thorns go. Couldn't risk it, so I keep going. 2 gates later, and the third one was just closing. Too coincidental for one night. Scan around and keep to shadows. Think I see one of the drunks turning the corner, so I follow, and she's walking off stone cold sober without a glitch. Not natural, not from the hedge. Drove away, and I lost her. Shank's mare. Went back to the gate and checked it over, and it had damn well been opened from inside. Not gentry work, not hobgoblin either. One of us is privateering. You're the only one I eliminated so far, and that took 2 months. Can you help? And then she folds the note.
Should we put it back?
No,
Though
absolutely
no one picked up the note.
no.
No, I feel like if we were the people who found it, we might as well respond, but we should probably let the rest of the party know about this as well.
Mhm.
I don't feel like this is 3 years ago. If this was something that had been discovered, or if this is something, there would
Unless
have
no
to have
one-
been significant progress at that point, I would assume.
Unless no one ever found out. Cause
Or
they-
the person who
What's
figured out that
privateering?
things went bad.
what's privateering?
I'm making an assumption at this point that somebody who has escaped is working for.
Oh,
Give me a.
Yes.
Huh.
Give me an intelligence and. I'm gonna say occult.
Okay.
Would I be able to help her out in that role?
No,
Oh.
you've been back for about 3 days.
Intelligence occult.
oh, we've lost.
1 success.
You have heard the term before.
I'm assuming it's working for keepers.
Yeah. And generally it's somebody who is working for the wrong side.
Yes. Working for keepers.
Now, granted, this is a apparently 3-year-old note, so you have that is well before your time.
Yes.
But you have heard the term once or twice. So what's everybody doing at this point?
Has massive
Lark and I don't have
Resisting
a
making
car,
a
so-
To Kill a Mockingbird reference.
Checking.
That depends entirely on what's happening in the church right now.
Yeah, at this point, I would probably just be ushering everybody along to get to the car so we can meet back at the apartment or the place that we're staying right now.
I guess
Has anybody responded to the text?
Yes, there was a text.
I would not have responded yet.
Yeah, I
Okay.
probably wouldn't have responded. I'd after that I would probably
Adele
just respond,
sends-
okay.
Okay. Period. Space. Skull period. Or skull emoji. Smiley face. Send.
All right.
I can't tell if that's good news or bad news.
What's an emoji?
Lark like glances over Phage's shoulder, or sorry, under probably.
Yeah, under probably. Unless you're climbing on my back.
Just past Paige's bicep and elbow.
Just like points at it. What's that?
It's art symbol used to convey emotion. It's weird. It's communication's weird.
It's a freaking cell phone.
So we head back. Okay.
Yeah, we should probably get going. Probably a way that doesn't have cameras though.
Shh.
There are a
Leave
few
anything.
other exits to this graveyard. It is true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start heading to an exit that's, or should I say, I'm gonna try to scout one out that doesn't have kind of like any surveillance on them.
Okay, give me a dexterity and stealth with benefits from enacted contracts, etc.
Dexterity and stealth.
Should we put a paper back? A blank paper?
Do you have a blank paper?
Should we put the paper
I do
back?
No,
Just a-
absolutely not.
To in
It's
case
laying
anyone
there-
in case anyone who knows, whoever knew that the paper got put there, because no one came to collect it, so maybe someone knew it got put there, and then we can, so they don't know that anyone found the paper.
Alright, I feel like we should just keep it.
Just memorize the note and
And-
like write it down.
Liz?
Yeah?
Let's you're at a 9. I need you to come down to a 3. This paper has been here for 3 years, which means that no one has come to find it. So I don't think anybody's going to be missing it. Now let's get out of here. And I got 2 successes. You said I have to roll 9 against for stealth rolls, correct? Or something like that?
I think you get 9 agains, yes.
Okay.
So
You can select
re-roll-
9 again
re-roll
on
one
the.
die.
You can select 9 again on the dice roller.
Mhm.
Yes, you or do
When-
that if
when
you,
you
did
get
not select it.
Nigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also select 8 agains.
Which you hardly ever get.
No, 0 successes.
Okay.
So it was 2 successes for the first one.
All right. Sounds good. So yeah, you glide silently and stealthily off, looking around. There's a fair number. There's probably 3 or 4 other exits from this this graveyard. Actually, I should be able to tell you.
Okay.
There are 2 other exits. Excuse me,
Okay.
from this graveyard, plus the one that you came in at.
Okay.
So yeah, you can
All right.
try one of those to see if it doesn't have a camera,
Okay. So
or
I'm
you
gonna.
can go out the way you came in.
Well, I'm gonna try to see if I can find one that doesn't have a camera, so I can try to get Liz out of that way, and then just leave the
It's
same
an
way.
investigation -2.
Okay. And does my keen observation apply for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so just -1. That's a 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, as you're glancing around, now each of them still have that single security camera that you can at least see.
All right. Okay. Well. Well, I'm just gonna start going back to the way we came in, and then just try to get over that way.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That is a strength and athletics.
Okay, and I'm assuming parkour applies for that one.
Yes.
Bam, bam, bam.
Athletics. And that's 3 successes.
Okay. So yeah, pretty handily, just scramble your way right up, and you are on top again.
Okay, so I'm having my hand out for Belle, and
All right. Guess we try this again.
Strength and athletics. This one, it's a little taller and it's less of a climb, so it's only a +2 for the assistance.
Okay. That's 0 successes.
You jump up and you miss the hand.
Uh-huh.
Adele, you want to come get up through first?
Yes, I'm. One moment.
Okay,
He
so I'm
reaches up.
Yeah.
Strength and athletics plus.
God damn it.
Nothing.
You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'm gonna put my arm up and
I
then
wish I were.
put my leg down, try to see if they can grab that.
Strength and athletics +3.
For the both of y'all.
Whoever's trying first.
I'll let Adele go first.
Okay.
Go for it.
Oh, I love the fact that this is happening.
I like that we sent the stealthy people to do the stealth mission. Unfortunately, the stealth mission requires
Come on.
I love that. I love that the stealthy people doing the stealthy mission are fucking up the stealth part.
So you've got a hold of the leg,
I
and you're
did well,
hanging there.
but, still,
It's not the stealth
Guys,
part.
as soon as we just pulled Liz up over the wall in full view of the camera, Adele was like, "Well, fuck this stealth thing."
That's true, dude.
Yeah.
God,
Give me a now. At this point,
I am going to go look for an exit because it's usually these things is easier to get out of doors than in them.
so you are at the exit.
Right.
Yes, it's just
It
locked.
might be
is all.
side.
Okay,
You know
so
what we need? You
I'm
know
gonna
what we need?
finish
I call
hopping
down
over.
from the bottom. We just need lockpicks. Be so much easier with lockpicks.
This is-
Liz, are you gonna try again with that +3?
Yeah, I will. I don't
All
know
right,
if I
I'm
can.
going to try. This is going to be terrible, but I'm going to try
Hmm.
the movie hairpin stunt.
Okay.
I have larceny.
Give me a dexterity and larceny then.
Okay.
Just a flat roll.
Okay. See, I actually have dice to pull this shit off.
Because there is, if you've got a hairpin and there is it's just a padlock chain on this gate.
This is when the gatekeeper just walks up. What are you doing?
It's one success. Oh,
One
Liz, we
success,
still waiting
yeah.
on that roll.
So,
Uh,
10
Adele, it
minutes of
takes you about
fixed it
10
later.
minutes before the padlock pops open, but you do manage to jimmy a padlock.
I will. Yeah, I'll try. +3.
Yeah,
Probably
plus
still
3.
won't make it. It's gonna be great. That's one success.
Oh god. Okay.
Partly
All
up
right.
your leg.
All right. Yeah.
No,
At this point,
you are so at this point, after 2 minutes into the lock picking extravaganza, Liz and Neofly at least are standing on top of the
So what
wall.
we're saying
You
is
know-
we need a ladder.
yeah, I already hopped over the wall. I'm not sure about Liz.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Neofly is down the other side. Liz.
I hesitate and then I jump.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of just
Hopefully
like
don't
put my
fall.
arms up just so I can catch her. Just like,
Okay.
come on.
All right. So you two are down the other side,
8 minutes later.
and 8 minutes later,
You guys try to say
the
something like,
chain rattles
don't
through.
distract me.
Yeah, I'm just staying on the wall like, come on, Grandma, we gotta go. Could have been home by this time. Jesus Christ.
I like to think that even though I stayed for the end of Mass, Gail and I still won't be the last ones home.
I figure Lark and
currently-
Phage probably started walking home after they said
I was
the
gonna say,
text, so-
currently, Lark
I
and
have
Phage
said
will
fish
probably be the
night.
last ones home because they are.
I can pick
What?
up Lark and Phage on the way home.
Yeah, we can.
Can we figure out how to get home from here?
Possibly. Give
Let's
me
say
give me an intelligence and streetwise.
Oh no, they're gonna get lost. It's gonna be great.
you ask for these things. These
Hey.
things that I have 1 dot each in.
Hey, Liz, you got the keys to the car.
I don't know the way.
No, I do.
No.
She says a little
Oh.
testily as she's working on the lockpick because it is
We
my
can't leave.
car.
So,
Oh, God, damn.
eventually,
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
If you want to walk, I will pick you up once I get that far.
Oh, I could do something a lot better than walking,
I got
and then
one
I'm gonna
success.
just start running,
Oh no.
All right.
and then I'm gonna go fleet of foot.
So Phage, you're like, and Lark, you sort of tap her on the shoulder. I think it's this way.
All right, let's get going.
All right.
Ravinia, of course, fucked off after the conversation and went somewhere else. So yeah, it's totally just
Probably
you
to the
two.
fort. Yeah.
so
So we,
All
we,
right.
we start walking home.
So you guys start walking home.
Yeah,
and then-
I'm
Yeah, at
staying
this
outside
point-
the gate until
yeah. At this point, Neofly just got impatient. She's gonna just try to sprint home. So he's gonna.
Okay. You give me an intelligence and streetwise to see if you have any idea which direction to go.
Okay.
Neo gets lost running home.
Oh.
Possibly.
Ends
Phage
up-
is
At
cunning.
least he has a
She's not
phone.
educated.
Neo ends up lost on the wrong side of town, gets shivved in the back alley, and dies.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that last willpower for that. I ain't
Don't
got
worry, he has a
I
phone
ain't
at
got
least.
not a thing in
Oh yeah, he also has the phone,
Streetwise.
or one of the
That's
phones.
true. 0 successes.
So you take off at a little jog, and then you realize you have no idea where you're going.
My. How the turntable.
How the tables have turned? Okay,
How
gotcha.
the turntables.
My.
Turntable.
Okay,
Looking
so
at
what
the
I'm gonna do
people
is,
from the outside, waiting for mass to end.
I'm just gonna start impatiently sprinting back and forth on the wall with fleet of foot. Just keep going.
Foot is not an active thing. It just means
it
you're
not?
faster than a normal person. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. waiting until she gets out.
Just jogging back and forth in front of the gate, waiting for the lock to open.
I've probably did it about 12 times before she's finished.
All right. Roll me a d10 there, Neofly.
Okay,
Do you trip and eat shit?
that'd be hilarious. That's a 6.
Hey, that is high, which is what I had thought of. So you're just kind of idly jogging back and forth on a sidewalk to entertain yourself, waiting for your friend to unlock a gate. A homeless guy wanders by. What y'all motherfuckers doing?
I'm just trying to get my exercise.
Oh my god.
I don't know those people. I'm just over.
Oh, what I'm doing outside of the gate?
No, he was talking to Neofly.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
like-
He
So I
accepts your response and just continues wandering down the sidewalk.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep sprinting.
There you go.
And 10 minutes later, or well, 7 minutes later, the gate swings open, and a rather irritated Adele.
It's a lot easier with tools.
Who, once she's through,
Yep.
smiles, puts on a good face. Well, let's go now.
Okay.
Do you lock the gate up again?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope. Open door, leave.
There was a moment where she considered it on the slightest off chance that changing that situation at night might somehow let that ghost free. But probably not, and it's not worth being arrested.
Okay.
They don't call cops
All right.
for
So you
trespass.
drive off.
Right.
So I guess eventually I come back out from the church, from the basilica, and head towards where I last left Gale, which may or may not be where Gale still is.
Gale is still
Gail's
within
wandered
eyesight,
around, but she's not hard to find, probably.
Yeah. and you can find her without too much trouble.
Yes. I walk up,
It's hard to
hold,
miss a changeling when you are a changeling.
hold up the phone. Well, they weren't here, but looks like Phage found them. And I'll send a
Oh.
response saying 10-4.
Good.
Why
Okay.
is this guy a policeman or a trucker?
I mean,
They use the same codes. a
They-
lot.
I know,
they do.
I know. She's just making fun of him.
I assume that the others will be collecting those that don't have a car, or do we need to?
that's a good question, and I will call Phage.
That's actually the intent, was to go pick up.
How far along are we towards the
Walkers.
house by the time they
The
call us?
question is how
Oh, you've
who
made
took
it- you've made it
longer
about
dilly
5
dallying
blocks.
at a gate.
About how much
And-
further do we have to go to get to the house?
About 4 hours of walking, probably.
Big
You
city.
are- I mean, Baltimore is not a small city. and
Right.
You are walking.
Yeah. So
You've got at least 4 hours.
call Phage. Are you guys with Adele and Neo and Liz?
No, we're just walking, hoping one of you will eventually make your way down this road.
Right. What road are you at?
I look at the street sign and read the road name off, and we're walking towards the house.
All right. We'll be there in a minute, I guess. Click. Do you want to drive?
Sure, you can navigate.
Yeah. I'll hand the keys
Grab
to
the
Gale.
keys.
Get in the
Okay.
passenger seat and act as navigator.
Yep.
Between the two of you, you eventually navigate your way down towards, considering that you dropped them off previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're driving, well, I at least remembered that somewhere I have very disappointed family.
Probably a grandmother of some sort. Okay. So yeah.
So then we
You guys
pull up
pick
to
up-
we pull up to Federal Hill Park, wait there for like 10 minutes.
I don't.
Maybe. I don't know. Is anybody communicating more?
Um,
What happens if you don't communicate?
as we're after we pick up Phage and Lark, I will call Adele.
Okay.
Who completely ignores, don't do this, those at home, the do not drive while using your phone rules. Hello.
Where are you guys at?
We are just about to go pick up
Phage
Lark.
and Lark.
Yes.
That's gonna be a little hard.
Why?
What happened?
They're in the back of the car with us.
Oh, okay.
Are
Okay,
you
that's
guys-
good.
Are they all
I,
right?
I was
Are-
concerned that there had been death already.
No, no. Um, what? They just sort of ended up wandering off on their own. What? Are you guys okay?
We're fine. No, yes,
What?
everything is quite all right.
What?
Found note.
We can talk about that later.
What
Um,
took you guys so long? It was just a graveyard, wasn't it?
Yes, we'll see you back at the house. Bye, click.
Fantastic.
I mean, that's also different from state to state. Like in Georgia, calls while driving are only illegal when you're under, like, I think 17.
Really?
They haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't. No. They did institute the hands-free. There, it is illegal to drive. To talk on the phone while driving.
It's the hands-free thing. It has to be.
Yep,
It has
you
to
have
be
to be. It has to
on
be
the
Bluetooth.
dash.
It has to be.
Really?
It has to be a Bluetooth or something else.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I've broken that law.
Washington is a hands-free state as well.
It's
now.
not heavily enforced, but it is. It is a law. They typically get it for you if you're pulled over. Anyways,
But anyway,
head back to the house.
Yes.
So, how went? Job's done. You found and spoke with them. Two-Phage.
Yes, we spoke to them. We got them to. I don't think anyone was going to get someone as stubborn as they seem to be to call it off entirely. But
No.
we at least convinced them to, like, keep it down low and try not to attract any attention until we as a freehold can actually do something, which is going to be a while.
I know that sounds like a good way to have had that conversation. Very good.
Oh, I know how to work people.
I imagine.
all right.
Ah,
But the drive back is fairly uneventful, and you guys can, without any unnecessary incident, manage to reconvene at Haunted Waters' shared dwelling.
Okay.
and I will, as we go back inside, I will put the phone back where it was when I initially acquired it, which was, I think it was on like a kitchen table.
Mhm.
Well, no, you guys were given a.
It was physically handed to you.
You guys were given a phone
I thought I
Yeah.
picked it up.
To you.
by Will. Yeah.
Then I will hand it back to Will.
No, with the intent that, hey, this is your loaner phone for the duration of the week.
Ah, never mind.
This one belongs to you for a week.
Oh
Yes.
no, never mind.
I love
actually,
that like 4 of us have now tried to hand back the phone. It's like, oh,
No one wants it.
keep the damn phone.
Georgia law is still only 18 and under. You can
Oh,
actually still
right.
use your cell phone while driving, as long as you're not texting.
So if you're
Regardless.
over 18, you can kill yourself with your phone in your car. Congratulations.
Regardless.
It's nice to have that choice.
So,
This is true.
our first task is done. Congratulations,
Yay.
everybody. What was this about a note?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps something. Adele looks around. Is there anybody that is not in this motley in the vicinity?
Well, we
Same.
Well, as you come in, as
Yes.
you guys are now entering the house. There is a Gilly is seated at the kitchen table reading
Okay.
something with a few scattered papers in front of her. And
Oh,
we'll
that's
look
right.
up
we
as
were
you
going
come
to ask
in.
Gilly about a thing.
Oh, do I remember the place? Was there mentioned a place when I mentioned that I was looking more for Spring Court back at the fort? I don't remember if they mentioned the place or they said there was.
They
a
did not
place.
mention a place, or they did not mention a place. No,
Mhm.
or names really. They were just like, "Oh, okay.
Eh.
Yeah. They just described it.
Oh, you want to talk
Yeah.
to the Spring
Vaguely.
Court? Okay, that's nice."
We don't hate them like we do the Winter Court, but we're still not going to tell you where they're at.
The name we have in association with the Spring Court is I Pissed Off. I had a little hissy match with a Ferris named Sunset Blue, who is apparently a
That's what
important.
you think happened.
Yeah, that's-
But yeah. But
What?
yes, you do have the name Sunset Blue in reference to the Spring Court. Yes.
So
Okay,
yeah,
Gale was hissy at
Right,
Gail
yeah.
believes that there is a huge problem there.
Then
No, she doesn't
There's-
believe it's a problem. Just that she's
fair enough.
gonna do her
exist.
thing.
But yes, as near as the rock side, nothing that can't be discussed at a
Did I
later
just lose
point.
entire
Giving a
connection? I
look.
think I did.
Oh, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, hi, Gilly.
Maybe.
Did you want those dresses?
Hello, Gilly.
Which addresses? Oh, Hollow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
please,
Wonderful,
actually.
please.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, anyway, there's a one up on Clinton, 300 South Clinton, in Hollandtown, abandoned row house. At least I think it's abandoned.
What was
Not
that name?
currently occupied, I think. But yeah,
What was that address?
300 South
300
Clinton.
South Clinton.
I'm writing them down.
And then up like Midtown Edmondson area. It's on the 1100 block of North Monroe. That one I'm pretty sure is a crack house.
Really wonderful.
Gated picket fence backyard area. But there's a trod that apparently opens up there. Best I can tell, there's some goblin fruit in that one. The trod hasn't been like fully explored, so word to the wise,
What's
etc.
a-
Watch
what's a-
your head.
What's a trod?
But so,
A path.
right? Yeah, it's a pathway.
Oh.
When you go into the hedge changes, the hedge shifts. But trods are basically sort of established pathways that you can generally count on being there most, if not all of the time, which is nice. Predictability is not a given. So anytime you find it, good for you.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason that I suggest this one, because it would be nice to have somebody keeping an eye on it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the abandoned row house. There's the abandoned row house has a hedge gate that is supposedly close to a trod that goes sort of across town, which is great for travel. And then the crack house has one that goes somewhere, not entirely sure. But that one has some goblin fruits. So, benefits attractive nuisances at each location.
Was there a third
I
one?
mean,
No, just those two
Just those two? Okay.
that I know of that are potentially open for claiming. I don't know who else knows about them, so there might be competition, there might not.
the
Well,
crack house sounds lovely.
I was thinking more about the boathouse. Like
But
boathouse.
then we'd have access to the hedge. That's good.
we'd have access on both places.
There's access to both places.
Yeah.
But there
But-
was
but
better
goblin fruit.
access.
One has
At
goblin
the
fruit,
crack house.
one
You keep-
is but is unexplored.
You-
The
you
other
keep
does.
Cutting your hand open like that, and we need goblin fruit.
That's...
Do you mean me or
Sorry.
or
No, Nero.
Oh.
Let's say you don't specify.
Uh-huh.
A catch is a catch.
Yes, exactly.
Generally, but yeah. So those are two options.
Mhm.
Feel free to explore to your heart's content.
Well, we
Thank
could
you.
we could probably
If anybody's
go,
hungry, we'll left some food in the fridge.
we could probably go take a look at those places now. It's not too terribly late,
I'm not
Yeah,
It's
a
only
Uh,
like 8:30.
unless we want to wait until the morning.
No, now would be good.
No.
Anybody offended at the thought of going now?
No. I mean, I was thinking about trying to go look for that sunset blue type with Phage if you wanted to come, because I needed to ask
Yeah,
if you-
I think
Well-
we also wanted to try and find some contacts. I think the Spring Court is the one that we were looking at. I don't know all the terminology yet.
Well, it would be nice to have an established location.
I say it to Gilly.
So
Yeah, Spring Court is fine if you want. What for? Who for? What purposes? What?
Friends, people that aren't dour.
People that can get me a job.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, Joey Hot Sauce or Leaf Finger would probably be better, but I mean, Sunset is definitely spring as well.
I don't know any of those names that you just mentioned to me except for Sunset. Is the problem here?
Yeah.
Those are Joey runs a bunch of restaurants and shit, and he's Spring Court, and Leaf Finger grows weed, and he's Spring Court.
Well, I
So
feel like
so it depends on which sort of job,
I look over.
legitimate or high paying.
I look over at Phage. Joey sounds like your kind of guy.
I mean,
Gilly.
yes,
Sorry.
but I.
we should
Joey's
probably.
a gristle grinder too, so you know.
There's that.
I was just
Well-
thinking, I was thinking all the food you could eat.
All right, so
I was
yeah,
thinking
it
about
does
something.
seem like, in terms of things that we still need to get done that are on our high priority list, the housing and job are the next two to think about. If that overlaps with talking to courts for those who want to, that's
Adele, do we have an ETA on the stuff from Ledger? I don't remember.
Well, for
I
one, we
mean,
haven't gone. We need to go
that's
back
between-
and tell
The
Ledger.
IDs
No,
in
that's
a week.
between you and Ledger now.
I didn't remember if
Um,
we had
It was a
ascertained
week.
that.
I
He
need
had,
to head
he had
back.
told you end of the week.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I also need
Yeah.
to head back and tell him that we finished his job for him.
I imagine
True.
we could probably tell them that when we pick up the stuff.
We
but-
can also probably tell him that in the morning. I don't imagine it's open at 8 p.m.
No, that's also that.
Mhm.
Let's go scout out these places, and then we can decide if we
Yeah.
want to, if we want to tackle either one of them or split up and do other things. How about that?
Sure.
We can
I agree
we
with
can, we
that.
can we can make that
Wonderful.
decision to split up.
On
After we-
reference, don't split up when you go check out these places. Check
No,
them out
right.
one at a time, but
Of course
stay together.
not.
Yeah, no, split up. Decide if we're going to split up
Okay, good. Yeah.
afterwards.
Well, I mean, like you could, but if you're sticking your head in the hedge, split up. Yeah, somebody's gonna get it bit off.
No,
Yes.
that would not be
Likely,
optimal.
anyway.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let's go.
Wait,
What?
before we go,
Hmm.
Neofly sprints to the kitchen to get some food because I'm just trying to make sure that Phage hasn't noticed yet, so that he can go get food before Phage eats all of it.
The instant that Paige realizes that he's gone, and then she
Well,
realizes
you
that
guys
the kitchen
are
is placed,
talking
she's
to
like, nope.
Gilly all in the kitchen
Going-
right now.
So
Okay.
look-
Yeah, when
You know-
when she said there was food left, she literally just pointed directly at the fridge, which was almost in arm's reach of her. Where she's
Yeah.
You know
I
we
like
could.
point.
You know we could
I
stop
think that's
and
a
get
stealth check.
food on the way. We don't have to raid the kitchen. We have money.
I mean, but free food is free food as he's starting to eat.
Right?
All right, let's all grab a quick bite here, just so we all have eaten. Then
A quick bite for Phage is a 3-course meal.
It's not necessarily.
I've-
It's still a quick bite. It's just Phage's bites are much bigger
I was just.
than
Yes.
than everybody
the
else.
time is what's being discussed.
I was just gonna grab takeout on the way over, but okay, I guess whatever.
You want to pay for my level of takeout?
I mean, for me, not for you. I'm just gonna leave that to you.
So everybody goes. Adele's just going to go out into the back and smoke. She's not really hungry at the moment.
Okay. So you take a bit to take care of your, you take 15 minutes or so to handle your various preferences and needs. And then
And then-
Gather back.
okay, sounds good. So
I feel like
So do we
I
wanna,
feel like we should look into getting a larger vehicle.
I
That's
was thinking about that in the morning, actually. At least getting my own.
Yes.
How much would 3 dots in resources cover a motorcycle?
Oh, easily.
Like just
I
cash,
would
like just a cheap
Yeah.
motorcycle, no credit
Mhm.
check, just money in hand.
money in hand, yeah,
Okay.
you could
I mean-
you could manage. Yeah,
Motorcycle. Great
So-
for collaborative work and
Well,
doing things as a group.
for you got to think cheap, and for
They don't have figures for what 6 dots of resources are.
6
I
dots of
figure-
resources is
I-
a shit ton of
I
resources.
can get a
So
motorcycle.
I'm assuming
and
I can just go in and buy us like a SUV.
and Adele
Yes.
can get a helicopter. Like we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Adele
Bro.
can.
No, we need that money for if we buy a house or something.
Adele can. I think
Don't
Adele
go
can buy.
spending it on nonsense.
Adele
At
can buy
5
the city.
resources, you
Adele,
have $100,000 of spending money.
Adele, and 5 million in
I could buy a
assets.
house in an SUV.
Adele can buy the city, the entire 1100 block, just to evict the crack house. Like that. Let's be realistic here. Like we don't have to go in and deal with this ourselves. Adele can pay the way through.
Can. I know what
Yeah, can. That'll take a month, but can.
Why? Besides, why would we want to gentrify the crack house? That's a perfect atmosphere.
Because we
shut up about the crack house. Let's go.
mostly because we don't want. While we might like the atmosphere, we don't want the legality issues.
But there's people.
I'm
there.
sure the police
Mm.
have
Okay,
a-
so like, are we gonna go?
I'm just
check these
gonna let
places
this happen, honestly.
Yeah.
out?
Let's go.
Lark,
Let's
while this is going on, Lark just grabs the car keys and starts walking.
let's go.
Okay.
Let's go check out the place on South. Clinton
Which car
first.
keys? Because Gail still has those keys on her. for
And
one
Adele
of them.
has the other keys.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And the other keys are Adele's. Yes.
she'll just try to grab them from Gail.
No,
Is there
I
a
would've-
check for that?
I would have been outside.
Okay, are you asking Gail, or are you trying to pick Gail's pocket?
She's just while this debate is going on, she's just leans over and tries to grab them and walk towards the door.
Okay, give me a dexterity and larceny.
All right.
Opposed by wits and composure. From Gail.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
One success, so.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. One success.
Ty goes to the defender. So, yep. Gail, you reach in to just like do the 2-finger yoink, and Gail pats your hand into her pocket and just sort of holds it there.
Yep. Just very delicately. Keys are still in Gail's hand.
Hey.
Right. So do we want to check out
All right,
South Clinton? Or do
so-
we
Nobody
wanna
else
look
sees
for-
this
Same-
happening. This is just
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
that is all Gale and Lark right there.
No.
Nail flies out the door already.
I give Lark's hand a little tap of I got it. Phage, Phage, you ready?
As she's like scarfing down the third course of this meal. Sure.
Yeah, no,
Great.
the all right was in response to phage eating, not
Yeah.
to whatever that is. Just like
No, we can go.
Yeah, Adele's heading out to her car at this point.
let's go.
I'm assuming we're just taking the same car compositions that we've typically been using of
Smoking,
the smoker.
non-smoking.
Non-smoker car.
Yep. So do we want to go to South Clinton first, or do we want to go up to the other one?
How about we
let's
check
this
out?
row house first.
Yeah, let's check out the not crack house.
Okay.
Hello.
Very well.
All right, row house it is.
Okay. So who's driving? Adele's driving her car, and Gale is driving the other?
The car that we're borrowing from the Muddy Waters,
Haunted Waters.
Haunted Waters.
Muddy
On the
Waters
way.
is a band, I think, right?
No, Muddy Waters is a blues singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
On the
Who's
way,
signed with Cadillac Records.
Adele just pulls out the note and hands it over to Nero.
I will take it and read it.
All right. I will put that handout in Nero's journal as well.
Forgive me for shutting down that line of questioning. I didn't feel it was something that should be talked about outside of our motley.
I mean, no problem. Sorry to write so critically, but can't change Discovery. One of us has gone bad. Sorry, last Equinox, Twin Rounds, Foster Curly, Killian Holmes. Da 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 da.
And you guys arrive at
Privateering.
the location on.
Someone
You said you were. Wait, did you say you were going to the crack house or the not crack house first?
The not
The not crack house.
The not
The
crack
boat
house.
house.
The boat
Okay.
house. We're going to
So
the
you guys
beach
are
house.
headed to the South Clinton location. All right.
So, does privateering mean what I think it means based on the context of this letter?
Working with the people like our old prison masters, yes.
Bounty hunting us, basically.
Or even not necessarily bounty hunting us. They could be serving whatever other strange...
Yeah.
I'm sure bounty hunting us is part of it, though.
This is concerning.
Yes.
Also 3 years.
That is the nicest way you can put it.
You're
Very
not in
concerning.
the car, Paige.
I didn't say that. If you didn't say, I didn't say it with an accent. It wasn't actually in character.
I know.
Anyway.
If this was 3 years ago, that means that either it was dealt with or it has expanded since then.
The fact that the note was never picked up
Probably means whoever wrote this was taken.
was taken or killed, or yes.
And whoever the note was meant for never got it.
Or was the person who was
Either way,
privateering and never found out about it.
the fact that you found this note means that whoever this is probably still active.
Yes. There was a ghost there who was very regularly repeating the name of a church and senior center. I don't know if the two are related. Probably not,
what
but
did
it might be worth checking out later.
Did the ghost look like one of us?
No, it was a ghost.
I mean, I don't know if they look like changelings when they die.
It was a
if they were
person
changelings, yeah. Probably not.
But they were no. There was definitely something particular about it to this ghost.
No, certainly, but I don't. Well, we can always
Like
check
they
it out.
were strange, curious. Those were words being used.
Yeah.
It could simply be the place that they died, or there could be something supernatural going on there. Worth thinking about for the future.
Yeah. Do you mind if I hold on to this?
No, not at all.
I fold it up and put it in the vest. Pull chain.
You have more pockets than I do, anyways.
I don't know if it's a pocket so much as an extra-dimensional space-time thing, but
It's a pocket.
It's a pocket of holding.
It's a pocket of pockets.
Yes.
but yes.
No, the fancy pockets on the vest, you can pull things out of, but you cannot put them into.
Yeah.
Ah.
The holsters you can put things into.
Yep.
But yes, it's a one-directional pocket of that type of pocket.
It's a bag of tricks, less than a bag of holding. Right. So,
Okay.
Flophouse.
Boathouse.
So you guys pull up to the street there on South Clinton. The neighborhood leaves some things to be desired, but it's not. It's run down. And there are a number of vehicles, usually of which Adele's is by far the highest quality, parked on the street. And the area that you're going to is abandoned. The front door is barred, locked, I should say, and definitely locked in the manner of a few hasps on the exterior with padlocks, not simply it's a door that's currently locked. This one is fairly heavily secured.
Is there a sign of, this realtor is trying to sell this building, or?
No. This one is not currently. This one is currently just secured.
Well, it certainly is a row house.
Yes, it is.
Just gray brick, modeled brick, but
Padlocks, though.
Does it look like
We can
all
just open this.
of the doors are locked up?
Well, you're at 300, so this one is just.
Oh, sorry, it's just the one house. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
The one door.
Yep, it's the gray one on the end.
Yep. Well, it has neighbors. That's certainly a thing it has.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think?
I mean, it's small, down to earth, nothing fancy. And not
Are there
particularly-
neighbors? Are the neighboring houses occupied?
They seem to be.
Okay.
That is a strong countenance disfavor.
I'm not exactly a fan of drug places, so, it's not bad.
But that's initially what you guys see. That's give anybody who's actually getting out of the vehicle to go up and
Yes.
look.
Oh,
give,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Give me a wits and investigation. Flat roll.
Wits and investigation is a thing I'm good at.
I am not good at. That's a chance die.
One success.
Man, I keep rolling 2s on chance dies, and
here,
it's
too.
scaring the
One
shit out of me.
success.
Does keen observation apply?
Which page is keen observation on?
Huh?
Which page of which book is keen observation on?
Chance die 0.
Or is this? Oh, you mean your specialty?
Yeah, my specialty.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a visual observation. Yeah, that would.
I don't suppose it looks like a crime scene, does it?
2 successes.
I'm going to spend a glamour to raise my wits for this.
So I will be
Okay.
able to use that for the crack tab.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. So those of you with one success, as you're looking around, you do
successes.
notice that it's fairly well secured, pretty much abandoned. Doesn't seem to be. There's nobody parked out front or anything like that. Seems to be fairly idle. Neofly, as you're trying to pick out anything notable about it, you see just a hint. It's hard to pick up on, and you're almost second guess as to whether you saw it initially at all, but there was a blink of light, almost like somebody inside on an upper floor had a flashlight they were panning across an area that leaked through the boarded up windows on that level.
I think this house might be occupied. I think I saw a light coming up from the top.
It's also right next to an elementary school, isn't it?
Really.
This is the one that's next to the elementary school, right, Jack? I'm just looking at the map.
Oh, looking on the map. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is that elementary school still there in this
Wait,
version of Baltimore?
Which elementary school are you talking
It
about?
says Highland Town Elementary / Middle School at 200 South Clinton.
No, you guys are at 300.
Oh,
So it is
300
down the
South
block
Clinton.
from that.
Okay, sorry,
Yes.
I was 100 off.
Yes, the elementary school is there,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
which you may have passed depending on which route you took coming in. But yes, no, this is a block down.
Got it. Illicit dealings, a block down from the elementary school.
Potentially.
But like, yeah.
Okay, so
I
someone's
mean, there
claimed
are-
this. We go to the other one.
Well, there could
There
probably
are
be
good
people
and
in the
bad
other
to
house.
being that close to a large conglomeration of children.
I mean, yeah, you do get to scare the living daylights out of little kids if you like.
And yeah, that will certainly not end poorly.
Well, if you do it intelligently. But that said,
Or
children are
little kids
also
might
a lot
really
more
like
apt
you.
to believe.
Little kids love creepy stuff.
I mean, true.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you creepy. I wasn't thinking.
When the FBI gets called on this group of weird
No,
people.
I
living a
think
block
she
from elementary
is,
school.
so it's okay.
You clearly don't get how changeling works. Nobody notices that it's the people that live a block away.
I know. It's just I'm just getting this image of like an FBI raid, like just. Mommy, the weird lady over there is freaking me out. 2 days later, BAM! Get on the ground!
Neofly's gonna walk up to the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go
So
with.
you walk up to the front door. It is definitely locked.
Is there a
No.
doorbell?
You said
Yes,
there was
there
a,
is.
You said there was the light upstairs, right, Fly?
Yeah, I did.
This place is supposed to have a door to the hedge in it. What are the odds that's something from the other side?
Well, there's a 50-50 chance that might be that, or somebody in there is currently occupied in there and might not want anybody else to be in there. But
Well,
never hurts to find out. Ring.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Knock, 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 knock.
Oh, ding dong.
Ding dong. Yeah. You press the button. You don't hear anything.
while they're investigating the front door, I just
I
want
think
to
it might be broken.
walk around the corner and look at that sunken entrance. Does that look like it's part of the same house, or does that look like it's a sub-house, like underneath it?
Still part of the same structure.
Just whether or not it's like a separate apartment is what I'm trying to say.
Can
But
I-
you're looking at the
Little-
entry going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so you go in and that door is broken.
Like broken in.
Hmm.
I just glance around, see if anybody's paying attention, and then I just want
Like anybody from your group?
Well, no,
or
like anybody who is
anybody?
anybody who is not part of our group, and then I'm just gonna hop down to where that door is.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anybody who seems to be paying attention.
Yep, and I'll just and see if
Yeah,
I can
over
open
that over
door.
that chain link area.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope. There's nobody seems to be looking around, and as you hop down there, yeah, that door is ajar slightly.
I will.
Not clearly evident from the outside, but once you get close to it, yeah, it's unsecured.
I'll see if I can. I'll just like quietly open it and slide in.
So
Dexterity
because,
and stealth.
because I noticed I'm at the front door and I noticed that the doorbell didn't ring. I'm gonna mess up your plans, Nero. Brief glimmer of repair. I think I meet the catch. Must fix an item owned and used by another which the character has never used.
3 successes.
So it's a doorbell.
All right. And so you enact
I wanna
that.
fix the
Give
doorbell.
me okay.
Yeah.
Roll the dice pool for that, which is
All right. Weird and craft.
Yes, weird and crafts.
All right. Do.
Actually, I don't know if this messes up my plan or just makes it funnier when you ring the doorbell and I
Yeah,
open the door.
yeah, I know.
Well,
Well, no, depending on
Yeah, mhm.
whatever is up on that floor with the light.
Why
That'll
not
be
both?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Weird.
¿Por qué no las dos?
So plus
3 successes on your stealth roll,
Yep.
Nero, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So you kind of expend a little bit of that energy without
Mhm.
actually consuming it. Nothing actually happens. Like you can usually tell, you can feel the sort of like bits clicking back into place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this thing isn't mechanically broken. There's no power to it is the problem.
Oh.
So you push it, and once again, no sound, but you know that it is mechanically functional. It's just there's no power to this place right now. Because it's fucking abandoned. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, all right.
But that's so you gain that sort of I see what you do have that knowledge of this is
Yeah.
what is wrong with it right now.
Okay. All right.
As
Cool.
Nero
Cool.
very quietly slips in a downstairs door. I don't know if anybody else on the outside, even of the rest of Unlikely, notices him going in.
No.
But you are now in a dark room.
I'm just going to... the phone that I have, is it a flip phone or a smartphone?
It's a flip phone. It's a burner, so
Okay,
it's not.
I figured.
It's not going to be a. It's not going to be a smartphone.
I pull out my lighter and
Okay.
light, just sort of turn it on and light it.
Who the fuck are you?
Who is reacting?
The person throwing a punch at your face.
All right.
And that is where we are going to stop for the evening.
That's what happens
Well
when
then.
Nero walks off by himself.
We have been Final Show Films. Here's a wide variety of content every day of the week. You can check us out at our website at finalshowfilms.com. You can also support us financially on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Thank you to all of our patron supporters, especially our $25 tier supporters, Chris Comfort and Tonic, and Cat Waterflame, without whom we wouldn't be able to do quite as much of the stuff that we do already. Stuff in throat. Also, if you're watching on Twitch, be sure remember we are Twitch affiliates, so we can indeed receive bits. Speaking of which, we received 795 bits from Cat Waterflame earlier today. Thank you very much for all the bits, Cat. Remember when we get to 500 followers, we can become Twitch partners, which means that we'll get a bigger chunk of change from bits and from subscriptions. So be sure to let folks know if you enjoy the show and you like what we do. Let folks know that they should follow us here on Twitch and help us get to that 500 followers mark. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. And we also like to thank the folks over at 411mania.com. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about 411mania.com.
411 Mania is a place where anything that you're interested in pop culture-wise, we cover it, whether it's movies, television, comic books, wrestling, video games, music, mixed martial arts. We cover everything of all of those different venues. If you want to see the first pictures from Game of Thrones season finale that airs this Sunday, we've got those up on the site. We have live NXT coverage going on right now. All of the news that came out of Gamescom this weekend, everything relating to Conor McGregor and fucking Floyd Mayweather, we've got covered. All the nonsense about John Jones failing another drug test.
I would really love to know as little as possible about what is involved in fucking Floyd Mayweather, though. Sorry, just had to throw that in.
All of that stuff. News on Taylor Swift's new album, et cetera, all at 411mania.com. Check us out.
All right. Well, we appreciate them. We appreciate you guys for watching. And we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.